take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house.
It's my house. Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Morning comes and you know that you wanna stay. Close the blinds, let's pretend that the time has changed. Keep our clothes on the floor, open up champagne. Let's continue tonight, come on, celebrate. That's how we do. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house.
3, 2, 1, and we're live.
Welcome back. Season 2 of the off-season show presented by, you know my boys, Impulse Media. And we changed it up a little bit this year. Now everybody gets to see our pretty faces. I'm your host, Cj Greaves. Sitting to my left, the co-host, the one that everybody knows, the smelliest, probably the funniest, probably got turned down the most, and I don't know what else. Mr. Tito Labine.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
What do you
good.
think of the fresh setup?
Dude, it's pretty nice. You know, this truly is your house.
This is my house,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Right?
indeed.
Working on the table, getting ready to go.
Table's on its way. You know, we talked about potentially different chairs and whatnot, and Jeffrey had the bright idea. Well, why not just do the couch?
Why not
You
sit
know
on the
what I mean?
couch? That's right there,
You know,
right?
plenty of auditions, casting, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's how it all starts.
Sitting across from us, because he's too cool to sit on the couch with the cool kids, the man, the myth, the legend, the owner, the one who doesn't respond, the one who thinks everyone should respond to him, also the one that set everything up, Mr. Jeffrey Keeble.
You know, I'm a busy man. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, I don't even get to sit over there with you guys. You guys just put me in my corner.
Yes.
Not the laundry room,
Not the laundry room.
but we're getting there.
We're thinking about putting some walls up around him so that we can't see him. So he's in like his own little cubicle over there. All right, Jeffrey. Give your brother the intro.
Yes.
I love doing this to you.
Yes. Yes, let's hear it.
So to my right, and your guys' right, we got the editing
my
master.
left.
Yeah, this is the left.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
then,
the left.
then everyone's left.
But give it to me still.
Yeah. We got the editing master. We got Lyle Keeble.
Oh, man. Fucking lame. I was ready to be hyped up like everybody else was.
Yeah, and that's
My
all
bad.
he's got.
I'm
What?
sorry.
Hey, I'll
I'm
take
sorry.
it, though. I'll take
Hey,
it.
hey, it's better than before.
Damn, give him the
So-
Taylor Roloff treatment.
Yeah. Taylor Roloff.
Yep.
Yep.
That's all you get. And then first time guest, the tallest, probably the most love-hated person in Green Bay, Appleton or Oshkosh. Slapped by the most people I know. There's probably some other there. Mr. Adam Capitalis
It's a pleasure to be here, boys.
from one and only Bark River, Michigan.
Yes.
Kyle
Best-
Kleiman's biggest fan.
Someone's got to be his fan.
Not anymore. And our last guest in the middle over there, the meat and the sandwich, the highest media guy we know to date, Mr. Joey Moss.
How
Welcome.
we doing? How we doing?
What do you think? Welcome. Are we on the planet today?
No, yeah, we're sober, baby.
We're sober. Well, that's a start. Here, move. You know, we did all this practice, and now you got your mic 13
Nobody
file
told me fucking anything, okay?
Mic to your lips.
to your lips, bro.
Yeah, to your lips.
Basically,
There you go.
yeah, there you go.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
like you're trying to suck on a fat chick or
Wrap around
something.
Been there. No,
So did you guys vote today or what?
Oh man, we're starting off.
I'm not asking for who. All I ask is if they voted. Okay.
The number one rule is always to keep politics out of.
I did ask who they voted for. That's you bringing that up. All I did is ask if they voted.
But no, I didn't vote.
I did my American duty. I voted today.
Right?
I voted.
Voted?
Yeah.
Voted?
I did.
Oh, so it's you, Jeffrey, the only one who didn't vote, and the only one that right away thought that I was going to ask who you voted for. No, it's voting day. All I did is say, did you vote? Have you seen that look before, Tito?
Oh, dude.
That look is
Here's the thing.
a signature.
His
signature.
His head shake was very kind and kind of just like, nonchalant.
Yeah.
The head shake I saw across the pond was very judgmental and disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Hey,
It looked like when you try to feed a kid broccoli, and they kind of give you the like that. Yeah. That was kind of the head shake I got.
well, you know that'll happen. Jeffrey, is it going to be like Call of Duty all night for you?
What?
With crosshairs on your face?
Yes.
saw that
yes.
too.
Yes. Again, we are testing.
It is.
We went from a webcam to 2 cannons to Reds and I don't know what I'm doing. But hey, we're making it happen.
We're making it happen. We knew season 2, episode 1 was going to be kind of a wild card anyways. Use it as a tester, get some stuff sorted out. Like we said, we got a table being made, so it's going to be finished off all nice here by the time we're said and done. We talked about wanting to move it. Obviously, we moved it to Tuesday nights now and made it live so everyone can join in, join in on the chat, join in the video, see what we got going on, see what snacks Jeffrey's going to eat today. And, right away.
He's eating again.
He's eating again. We can hear the rapper already.
Yep.
We can hear the rapper going.
Do I got to mute you?
Wait, maybe, of course, the cameraman that controls him is going to...
The cheers.
Okay. You know what that reminded me of? Of last year. How many since last year has that been your first hard shell taco since last year?
I'm trying to eat, guys. Why are you guys asking me?
Well, okay, I just want to ask you that one, and then I'll bring up why I brought it up.
Yep.
But the only time I eat tacos now is when I go with you at 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Yeah, so.
All right, hey, to be fair, would you rather have me driving to Taco Bell hammered at 1 a.m. or would you rather have Jeffrey drive me? I'm hammered at 1 a.m.
What do you mean? What's the difference?
So we went to Taco Bell, and I was pretty hungry. I was pretty hungry. And we rolled up in line, and we probably waited in that line for like 45 minutes. Like they were taking forever. And he just sat there, and I'll give him all the credit in the world. He's just sat there quiet on his phone, sucked it up. And we sat in Taco Bell for 45 minutes and finally ordered and left. And he didn't say anything about it. And then the next morning, I think he made like a passing joke where he's like, yep, or we could spend 45 minutes in Taco Bell line. And I was like, there it is.
There it is. I knew it was coming eventually.
Yeah. So,
Well, we got some people commenting already. JD's in the house. AJ,
Ooh,
Jeffrey, Latch.
Thank you.
The boys.
I wanted to get. I don't know if I want to get into it right away
Yeah,
because of
we'll get there.
Because not only your comment,
Yeah,
but then everyone roasting you. on
That's
your
all right.
comment. So.
that's all right. I posted back and no one had a response to it.
Oh really? I didn't see it.
Yeah, And then no one said anything. So whatever.
Yep.
But we can fire off with it.
Should we
right?
start it with that?
Should we start it with that?
That's probably what people want to hear
Fuck
anyways.
it, let's
Yeah.
go, right?
Yes.
Fuck it,
do
let's
you
go.
do you use a trimmer for your
Wait, which part?
for your
No, do you use a razor?
yeah?
No, you don't.
To
Look at your
manscape.
face.
Do I? No, I don't. No.
There ain't not a single one of us sitting on this couch that needs to use a razor for their facial hair.
Oh, for their facial hair. I use yeah. I actually use a razor for my face.
I don't believe you.
I don't use a razor for any.
For like the 5 blades, like one of those.
I single blade it.
Oh hell no, dude.
You crazy?
Absolutely not.
What if you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You single blade your pubes?
Everything.
You see what?
Live
Damn,
life
bro.
on the edge,
Okay,
dude.
If you're gonna do it, do it.
I made the mistake one time of buying the Bic razors from Walmart.
They weren't good or what?
Well, this is when I was in college. I was like, hey man, you gotta shape up or ship out. You know what I mean? So I decided to get the Bic razors, and I fucking colored it like it was a coloring book down there. I was like, oh, like whatever. Like I could mow this lawn any way I want. No, you can't.
You can't mow it like
Nope,
this.
nope.
Can't move it side to side
No,
like
I
this.
was like,
No
oh,
shot.
Maybe I'll throw a landing strip in there. Nope.
Decorative.
Yeah.
It was colored.
The real
Yeah.
question is, have you ever tried putting a little decoration out there?
Yes.
I believe that.
Dude,
I think we've
100%.
talked about this.
Once I learned how to,
Get here.
then I did.
What's the craziest thing you've tried putting down there?
An arrow.
I tried putting a star one time. Didn't end up as a star.
Was it an arrow? Was
What'd you
the
get?
arrow pointed down?
Yeah. Yeah. My belly covered a lot of it up. So anyways, what we're here for.
What we're here for is to talk about racing.
Yes. We're here to talk
All
about racing.
forms of racing.
Yes.
All
Not
forms
just
of
short
racing.
course racing. All
Yes.
forms of racing.
Yes.
If you're new here, we try to bring on guests from last year. We had dirt track, short course, RC cars, people lined up from Pavement World and more. So
Can hear you.
what?
Oh, can you? Oh, I'm trying to be fucking quiet.
So that's what you have to look forward to, and we're going to continue to do that this year, but hopefully do it a little bit better. Obviously brought on the live so you guys can watch and join in, and then see what kind of different guests we can get. I know we got some better guests, and I shouldn't say better, more guests. Capper, don't point at yourself like that. You're sitting up there like you're stiffer than a board. So
You are.
look at him. he's like a piece of fucking cardboard. Like, trying to look all proper.
I'm like melting into the cold.
By the end of the night, he's gonna be freaking sore. Look at him. He's like a piece of, I'm gonna stretch you.
This is exactly why we wouldn't be able to have me and Joey next to each other. I mean, there's a good gap here, so this is this is appreciative.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, all right. Well, we'll fire off with the first comment right out of the gate. What are your thoughts on the new champ schedule?
What are your thoughts?
No, I'll go last.
Okay.
We'll
All right,
start.
well,
We'll start with
you
Mr.
know,
Levine.
Let's go this way.
let's start with the least experience. So let's go with Cappert.
Okay.
On his thoughts.
He probably doesn't even know it.
And then
I've seen it.
and then Joey and then Lyle and I can go and then you can go.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Cap, fire away.
mean,
Cappert.
hopefully it brings more people from down south into racing.
Down south? Why? There ain't no race in the south.
Well, kinda.
Where?
He goes where?
You mean out west?
What?
Same thing.
You mean like in the south?
Same thing.
Outside of Wisconsin's far away.
Oh, brother. Okay, Joey Moss.
I think it's very good. I think adding a West Coast race is only going to benefit the sport as a whole. I do think that thinking financially for the racers, which I can't really give that 100% of my experience because I've never been a racer, but even just for me, financially thinking about how I'm going to make all these races, I'm like, fuck. So I can only imagine what the racers are thinking and going through at this particular time, especially sportsmen and guys like that.
Well, it sounds like Wheatland and Glen Helen are pro only.
Pro only? Okay, well that does.
I haven't seen a true release on it, which I think the sportsmen want to race Wheatland. Majority of them.
Yeah.
But the way I've heard it so far is Wheatland and Glen Helen are sportsmen only, but we'll see.
Pro only.
Pro only, sorry.
Gotcha. and then obviously people have wanted to go to Wheatland for the longest time. As long as I've been in the sport, I've heard people talk about Wheatland, so that's exciting. Obviously, Glen Helen is a West Coast race, which means that we'll probably have different racers there, which will be cool as well. But I actually want to. Well, we'll get through this, and then I got a question for CJ before we move on from Glen Helen.
Okay. Lyle.
I think it's cool that they're trying to expand. Like I said, I never really thought about like the financial thing until you said something, but originally I thought like, hey, we're expanding something different. Like for us, we always try something different. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then we know. So overall, I think it's a cool move to get the series somewhere different than where it's been for the past couple of years. For me, I like seeing new tracks. For me, it is just getting a little repetitive for me.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's for me. I like it, but then there's questions that come with it. So I think it's the right step, but I think it's a step that should be happening later on, if that makes sense. So because the biggest thing is you know, talking to guys like him or Corey Winter or you know Keegan, is these guys are talking about, you know, sponsorships. Is that okay? Let's say they go out west, and then let's say they go to Wheatland. Okay, well now you got to tell your sponsors we're going to these two different places. Okay, well what are we going to get out of it? You know, where are we going to be seen? Oh, Instagram. Okay, well so it's two different tracks, but that doesn't open up anything to sponsors. So that's for me where, okay, if we had maybe something that was more universal than just flow racing. So like, let's say they did have a stream that was free, like a MAV TV, where anybody could log in and do it. Okay, well then anybody in Tennessee and anybody in, you know, Maine or Canada or whatever it may be, maybe they can watch the race and then they can see the sponsors on the screen. The sponsors then can justify spending that money. But if it's relegated to a paywall, then as a sponsor, why would you then sponsor CJ if that's what it's relegated to? So I feel like if there was an opportunity to showcase this sport to more people and then go out there, then I think that makes sense. But I think they're trying to put the carriage in front of the horse right now. I mean, again, I appreciate the move. Like, it's cool. Like, it's great for guys like me and Jeffrey and Lauer who can go see different tracks and go film that kind of stuff. But then from a racer perspective, now you're trying to tell your sponsors, well, now we got 2 more weekends, which means more budget, which means more money. And it's like, where are you going to get that money from? Are you going to be able to race the whole race weekend?
Yep.
Or are you going to have to be select in what you do? And if somebody like, you know, CJ or anybody else going for a championship, now you got to try to spread that maybe into 2 different weekends instead of like the 6 or the 7, or whatever it may be. And I don't know if that's something that you were going to say or not, but that was just my perspective as far as, you know, being around you guys or kind of being in the media part of stuff. I'm sure there's a ton I missed, but that's where I could see where maybe not everybody is like as 100% gung-ho. I'm sure there's a few reservations, but that's where I can kind of maybe see some people liking this step, but maybe thinking it's the wrong or the right step at the wrong time.
Right. Yep.
You want to ask your question first, or do you want me to talk first?
I'll ask it first.
Okay.
I'm just curious because you said under the post that you weren't going to be going to Glen Helen. I'm wondering, how is that gonna like affect your points race, or are they doing points at Glen Helen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you concerned at all about that, or
no? So the way we looked at it, and the way first I'll start off talking about what I think of it, and then I'll answer your question, okay? Because in a sense, I'll do a full lap around. So I think Tito nailed it pretty damn good right out of the gate. Is it the right step? 100%. Eventually, we need to go there. To me, they bit off more than they could chew in 1 year. Yeah, that's for you.
Oh, thank you.
I got you. They bit off more than they can chew in 1 year. I would have looked at it and went, okay.
I'm sorry.
I looked at all you guys and I'm like,
it's totally my fault.
I'm like,
There first.
I looked at all you guys. I'm like,
dude.
who was that? I'm like, did Joey Moss burp while he was drinking?
I was so ready for this. I was like, what the fuck was that, man?
I was trying to hold it in. I'm sorry to ruin the moment.
Jeez.
Continue.
That's our producer.
Yeah, that's the man behind the fucking camera over there, or behind the computer.
All right.
So back to it. I think they just bit off more than they can chew. I would have started with, let's go to Wheatland. Let's leave it 7 weekends. Let's go to Wheatland. That's already probably on an average from the people based in the Midwest, 12 hours, right? That's a lot of people don't go to ERX because it's 4.5 hours away or 5 hours away. We're going to make a step. We're going to grow. We're going to go to a sweet track that everybody's wanted to go to. And let's take a baby step. Let's see who show up there, right? Let's go there. That's 12 hours. So that's 24 hours of travel total, at least, probably, for majority of the teams that we haven't had prior. Let's start there and see what happens. Let's see obviously we all know what day it is, right? Mm-hmm. And what state the economy's at right now. And I'm here to tell you, if you go to a sponsor right now, the last thing any of them are going to give you is more money. Our sponsors have already said, majority of them, if they do that and you're going to come to us and ask for more money, we'll tell you the opposite. We'll leave the budget the same, pick 5 races. Do 5. We don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care about it anymore. I shouldn't say they don't care because obviously there are some that care, but a good bit of them are like, we're not going to put more money into it right now because everyone's cutting. I'm here to tell you everyone's cutting. Every UTV manufacturer out there is cutting. Every energy drink company out there is cutting. Every tire manufacturer, they're all cutting budget right now. So to go there and then ask for more money to do not only an extra weekend than we've done in the last however many years, plus it's 36 hours away one way. And you're asking all your crew, right? A lot of us run off volunteers. Mm-hmm. How do you either they leave on Tuesday with you. On a Tuesday with you. And they have to take off all week, or you have to fly them, right?
Yep.
So there's that to it on top of it. Do I think it's a good idea? I think that eventually, yes. Is it too much right now? 100%. I think my dad also commented on there saying, I hope this national series has a national purse. That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're going to ask us to go 36 hours one way, 2.5 weeks after the last race, so one, we'd really have a week and a half at best to prep vehicles, right? You come home from Crandon. We're all there on Monday. So you come back. You're most likely going to take the day off Tuesday. And then you're going to have that week and the following week. And then you have to leave on a Tuesday at least to get there by Thursday. And you might even have to leave earlier because I forgot what the CDL restrictions are now. It's less than it used to be. Driving hours is less than it used to be.
14 hours or 72 in 1 week. 14 hours one day or 72 hours for the whole week.
Okay, so 2 days ain't going to do it. You're going to need 3 days. You can only go 28 hours in 2 days. And it's 36 hours away at least.
Yeah.
So that, to me, is going to be really hard. A lot of us, I think, are just basically you're going to have your few guys that are in contention that are going to choose to do it. And then everyone else is going to, I ain't fucking going. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, that's what's going to happen. And, yeah, obviously there was all the comments from the California people and all those people on there.
That was going to be my next question for you. Then.
It's easy to fucking whine and complain when you do 3 races a year.
That's what I was going to say.
I was going to say the same thing.
I agree with you on
I was
that.
talking to Joey about it because I was like, the people that are complaining are like, oh, well, come over here because we drive that way. Besides Lorenzo, who else has come over here and did a full series? You know, RJ hasn't.
No.
You know.
None of them guys have in a while.
Know, I mean, Cole Mamer does it, but he lives here during the summer.
Yeah, he's got a place here. And he's getting – Trey Gibbs is the only one.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Trey Gibbs leaves all of his stuff here. Cole preps it.
Yeah. Dave Mason Jr.?
Yeah. Oh, I guess.
Two buggy guys, which is
Two
wild.
buggy guys.
Yeah.
Just wild.
Yeah. But, I mean.
But doesn't Dave have a place here, too?
Yeah, Leona.
Yeah.
Leona.
But that goes
Ricky G, right?
Ricky G. But again, he's
with Beat.
With Beat, so they split costs. Well, I would assume they split costs.
Yeah, for sure. So it isn't that there isn't other people doing it, right? But the people that have committed to the whole season have found ways, right, to it. Like it would be, for instance, it would be like us, like the series being only in California. What would we do? We would get a shop in California and we'd stay there the whole time. We're not going to drive back and forth.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's nobody driving back and forth. So all the people roasting me, like, whatever, dude. You do 3 races.
Yep.
Try to do 7 weekends already before that on top of it, and then go 36 hours and let me know, right?
Yep.
It was really irrelevant.
Yeah, that's where I was with you too on that one. It's just like you said, you guys are battling for a championship 6 races before you gotta go out west, where they can 7, where they can choose to come here twice, 3 times a year, and then they got all that time in between where you guys are just boom, 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 boom. All these, you got, how many races are there total?
16. There'll be 16 rounds.
Yeah. So but
8
weekends.
weekends. So you got 8 weekends of expenses where they only have 1 or 2.
Right.
2 at most.
And they have a month.
Yes.
At minimum, if they choose a couple, a month to a month and a half to get their shit ready, order parts, travel, fucking regroup, whatever. Where we race, on an average, it's almost every 9 days from June to September, because we get 1 weekend. There's 2 or 3 weekends out of it all that we have 2 weekends off. Every other one is 1 weekend off, and 1 weekend off really only gets you Monday to Friday, and then Monday to Wednesday.
Yep.
It gets you 8 days of actual employed business days to wash, prep, rebuild, order parts, because by Thursday you have to be on the road to be set up to practice on Friday. So everyone says, oh, they're 2 weeks apart. No, they're not really 2 weeks apart. They're 2 weekends. We race 2 weekends apart. But we all try to have a life, too, that's other than working straight for 11 days between every single race and trying to order parts. And there's not that many fab shops around here. So if someone is really messing shit up, they're also trying to find people that can work on their stuff in a fab shop that's open to get something done, right? It isn't like they have 100 options and everyone's open. Majority of the fab guys are also racers, so they're trying to work on their own shit on top of it, so it just makes it really tight.
Yeah.
I guess the question that I have then is, obviously, like you said, is everybody wants to go to Wheatland. I think that was a good step, good direction to kind of get that kind of the first like far away race.
Kyle Massard saying having Cap here is like asking me to tune a shock. So if you guys are wondering, Kyle Massard, one of our good buddies, he pumps porta shitters for a living. So that's his comment.
One just came in from
Tyler Westerbarth
from Jazz.
Oh.
And this is a good one. Did the series ever send a message out to the racers about the possibility of expanding? Any communication at all during the past season about expanding to keep guys on a full season schedule?
So that is a really, really good point. That's the other thing, is nothing was mentioned about, they had South Dakota back on it, right?
Yeah.
Originally, they talked about going back to South Dakota. That's 12 hours, I think. 12 or something in there.
Yep.
So even the option of 8 races was questionable, was never brought to us to go budget for 8 races, right? So now to blindside everybody, majority of us heard it through the rumor mill that Glen Helen was going to be on it. But you think that they would have went, hey guys, we know you're working on budgets. It's off season. We're planning to expand, add a weekend for sure, and it's going to be at least 24 hours away at minimum. That way we had an opportunity to go try to find that budget, right? By asking us to do it now, it's almost, I mean, it's the end already. Majority of the companies have already locked in what they're going to do now because their contract starts January 1. That's fucking month and a half.
Yeah, and I think that's where then I learned about, sponsorships and their budgets is in my previous day job is that we had to have those budgets finalized by August 15th.
Right.
And then August 30th was like the very last day.
The maker day.
So
the make or break it day.
And then that's like, okay, well, that's just a budget for a building. Now we're talking about budgets for like sponsorships, like I said, energy drinks or whatever, business it may be. You're still trying to finalize budgets for the next year. And then here you are asking into September and October. So I guess the question I have then is, they've got Glen Helen on the schedule. What is something that they can do to get guys like you out there, or to make it worth it? Do they make it worth it? Do they make a higher purse? Do they have some sort of incentive, or do they have like a fund where it's like, hey, you'll help some of these Midwest guys out there? Do you think like one of their main sponsors could throw in any sort of help to get you out there? Like, what would be a way to get some of the Midwest guys out there after a 7-weekend race season?
For how long?
For how long?
He looked over. He's like, "What? It wasn't me." We heard it. I think the biggest thing is, for one, don't blindside everybody with it. That's the start, right? For two, I don't know the right answer. I think if they would have openly asked their racers, I think they would have got majority of vote that said, we're not interested.
Okay.
Right? They would have went, let's start with Wheatland and see what happens.
Yep.
Ways that series have done it in the past is travel money is the most efficient way. If you want to make sure people are getting there, you do travel money, right? Because a purse only works if you had a good weekend.
Yeah.
And it really only works for a couple of guys.
Yep.
The other thing would be making the championship worth a lot more. Like last year, they had the tracks put in for the championship, and we got more money than we have in the last couple of years. But the tracks funded that. This year, we haven't even seen a check for a championship yet. So that's another thing that makes the championship go, why are we chasing it, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have sponsors that are giving you a bonus for it, it isn't like you're getting a big bonus to win it. You ain't getting shit to win it. So it's more of like a pride thing at that point. So to drive that far on top of it, it's just hard to do. Any which way, it's hard to do without upfront money that you can travel with, because that's what we're all worried about, right? I would say, on average, a team from here, well, our team in particular, is at least 10 grand to go there, at minimum.
Yeah.
To bring 3 UTVs, 2 UTVs, 2 or 3, 2 Pro 4s, possibly 3 Pro 4s. Any which way you look at it, it's 3 to 4 rigs.
Yeah, which is a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. And 3 days worth of travel for someone to drive them, and then flights to get the people there to work on them. I get it. The California people do it to come here, whatever, but the California people that race here for a series typically stay here, rent something here.
Yep.
They plan to do that. They know going into it when they're budgeting it. When they budget for 3 races, that's because that's the budget they had, right?
Yeah.
And it made sense. Well, that's the way we do it too. Is we get a budget. Well, who is that? Did you guys?
I heard it too. I don't know who it was.
I didn't hear anything.
Hear what?
That time I didn't hear anything.
I heard it.
I didn't do anything. I'm
like a wheezing noise.
Somebody fucking dying or something.
Yeah, like a laughing. Like we heard like someone laughing through.
Did the hard shell taco get stuck in your throat?
Yeah. Is there something down there?
Is your house haunted?
By you? You were the only one here all day playing with that big green thing.
Goddamn spirits.
No,
But-
my bad.
Anyways,
If that was me.
so that's the way you. That's what they budget for. Majority of those guys. That's the ones that do travel. That's why they only do 3 races. They budget for 3. They make sure they have the budget to do that. That's what they do. We don't budget for. We budget to do the whole series, expecting that it's going to be 7 weekends and semi-central around the Midwest. If even some of these California teams or West Coast or other teams knew, they may change their home base, right? If they're renting a shop, they're renting it over here because that's what's financially works.
Yeah.
Well, by them renting a shop here and then it going all over don't make sense either, right? They're going to go rent a shop somewhere more centralized anyways.
Yeah.
Because they're already renting a building. So if they're going to travel all over, at least tell everybody so we can all make plans and budget to do that. I think that would be my biggest thing. Do I think it's in a 10-year plan a good idea? Yeah, right? It makes no reason not to. But I don't think we're in 10-year plan status right now.
Yeah, you know, I like you said, it was cool to hear. I mean, I honestly would want it to work out. Everybody wants it to work out. But I don't know. I guess that's why then I asked the question is, obviously whatever's done is done. What can you do going forward as far as like that goes?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, obviously when you got guys like, you know, CJ, you know, Joey Moss that can't make it to races. You know what I mean? We are in a time
Yep.
where, you know, we need guys like that at the races. You know what I mean? We'd love to have a Joey Moss at Wheatland.
Yep. Every single race.
Every single race. You know what I mean? So what's the sacrifice you're going to make then?
Yes.
Are you going to Wheatland or are you going to go to Glen Helen?
Here's my thought process. So I have family in California. So I think Glen Helen would actually be easier than Wheatland. But because he would set me all up down there and stuff. So that would be pretty easy. But Wheatland,
It's iconic.
It is, and I want to go to every race. That's my goal. It's just there's a couple things that, like, financially, obviously, but also I want to have my boys with me too.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the whole thing. Like,
So it makes it fun.
If Josh and Jacob aren't there, not only am I alone basically, but I also don't have the guys who help me create content. So, you know, that, and if I'm going, obviously I'm there to enjoy the racing, but I also want to do interviews and create content and stuff like that too. So those are really the biggest factors, is financially, and then if Josh and Jacob come with me. So.
And that makes it triple as more financial.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
there's three of you.
Because the chances especially for Wheatland, we would probably drive down together. That would make the most sense.
Right.
Cali would probably be on the same flight, basically. But if it's not, and the thing that sucks, if it's not financially possible for one of them, then
Then you're not going to get anybody.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, I think that makes it one and the same for a lot of the small teams. If they can't get people to go that can help them, they're probably not going to go. Right?
Yeah.
Even if the driver can go, if you can't run a team on your own. We all know that. So if they can't get anyone to go that can take off the time, they're just not going to go.
Yeah. Yeah, Cappert.
Yeah. So the South.
Something, God damn it.
So the South.
Yeah.
We're going to get those racers from the South.
All right, Jazz has another good question here. He's like, anyone in the series have any racing experience with budgeting pro teams?
No idea. I don't think anyone in the series has ever raced other than Carl, I think, ran snowcross.
Yeah, I think Carl's a snowcross guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think he physically raced pro snowcross at one time or another, but
Brent Smith.
is he...
But he's a commentator.
yeah, is he a decision maker?
Podium guy.
I don't think he's in on the decisions.
Yeah.
Park River boy.
Podium guy.
So I guess, so back to the first question that Jazz had, like, there was no communication between any of you guys, between the series and the drivers. You guys haven't received any emails?
There was rumor of it. Certain people caught rumor of it, but it was never released. And my dad even emailed them when they were talking about it, saying maybe be a little bit more open about this before you make a decision. And we never got anything back.
So why do you think that is?
I don't know.
You know, because
they probably think
we're trying to run. They're trying to run a professional series, but they make a decision like this where it's just not another added round at ERX. It's an added round across the country.
Right.
But not only does it hinder the people in the Midwest, but then you got people like Jimmy Henderson, Ryan Beat, and Mickey Thomas who live on the East Coast.
Right.
You know, so they got to travel all the way across and then all the way across again.
Right. You would have almost been better off looking at, like, making a scatter plot of where your pros are from and going, okay, we're already going this direction. What can we do that's more a travel, something new, something different, but that's more centralized if you drew a circle around our scatter plot?
Yep.
And went, okay, let's move it. Basically, you made the bottom of the circle or the top of the circle, one of the edges, Crandon Park River, right, and made it kind of go towards your general area.
Just little by little.
And then see if you can't. That's what you had to add in, huh? Damn. The biggest guy here. In for little by little.
Because, well, speaking of,
And then
like,
just
the way to start it, you think it would have been better to start out west.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, start Glen Helen not only earlier than what we're starting in Wheatland. Let's say April. We start in Glen Helen.
Nobody would be ready.
But let's just say that they had this 5-year plan.
Right. Yes.
So they had this 5-year plan where they're like, hey, man, we're going to start in Glen Helen in 2027.
Yep.
Will you guys be down and we make our way back?
Yep. It would make way more sense.
Back to the Midwest where we end in Crandon, but we start earlier.
If they would have one, give you a heads up, right? Say make it a 2 years out. In 2 years, we're gonna start at Glen Helen, and then the next weekend, or maybe do a week off, whatever you want to do. We're gonna go to Wheatland, right? Because majority of us would go take all of our rigs. We'd go from Glen Helen. We'd drive to Wheatland, and then we'd just stay there. We'd prep there, get set up. You could send majority of your crew home, and then they could fly back. Majority of your crew would fly back from California. Your volunteers, they would go back to work, and they could drive to Wheatland. Wheatland's not. They could fly too. It ain't a big deal, but the teams then would just drive all the stuff to the next track, and we'd set up there. Unless something tragically went wrong where you had to go back to home base, you would save that. I don't know how much more it is on the way back, but potentially 12 hours, right?
Yep.
And then you would race there, and then you would come back to the Midwest, and you would do your Midwest shit, right? But just to think, like, if you look at it, we're going to go this way, and then we're going to come back here, and we're going to do all this, and then we're going to go way the fuck over here at the very end just to turn around and come right back home.
Yep.
Is what makes it really hard.
I think this is something I've thought of before too. I think it would be very important to have a former racer within the Champ organization as well. So not necessarily somebody that makes decisions, but somebody that like speaks for the racers in terms of like what they might need to be informed on, what they might go through, like stuff like that. Like, or the organization could just fucking ask too. That would be I'm sure would be probably more efficient. But like having somebody in the organization who has done all the traveling, done all the races, and is able to kind of shed some light on like what the racers are thinking at this point in time or what they're doing at this point in time, and that'll allow Champ to kind of have that knowledge and be able to make decisions with the racers in mind.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, honestly.
I mean, that's what Mike Rusci was there for, wasn't it?
No, Mike Rusci, from what I heard, wasn't even getting paid. He was volunteered to be like the middleman, right?
Yeah.
Which
But
he did. He was.
even if he knew that we were going to Glen Helen, you think that he would like put it out there? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think he's in a position to have that power to do that. I truthfully don't think, and this is me thinking out loud, don't know any facts, right? Let's start with that. I don't think he's involved with anything outside of during the race weekends, hearing what the drivers have to say, and then going back and relaying that maybe at the end of the weekend. I think in the off season he's probably pretty irrelevant to what decisions they're making. To answer that further question, I think they don't ask the racers because they're going to get too many mixed answers.
yeah.
You think if they would have let you know, like say in June, like there's a strong possibility that we're going to go to Glen Helen, that it would.
I think they wouldn't have went.
It would have helped you guys, like prepare yourself.
No, I think
for
everyone
that?
would have talked them out of it.
Oh, really? You think everybody just like, no, we're not ready for that?
Yeah, I think everyone would have went baby steps.
Yeah.
Like, we know we're going to Wheatland. Let's
Take
take one bite. Let's chew it. Let's get her down the hatch. We'll worry about the second bite when we get there.
Because it feels like a what is it? Ask for forgiveness instead of ask for permission kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like, instead of just like you said, if they had that thought that it was going to be mixed, or like they were going to get talked out of it, for them it potentially might be a good deal. So it's like, okay, if we go ahead and go through with it, it's a good deal for us, but we can always ask for forgiveness and then say, hey, we're trying to go, we're trying to expand. But again, in that same light, unfortunately, I think you're like you said, taking a bite more than you can chew. I think it's something you need to do, but there wasn't that thought of what we had discussed and just talked about.
Yeah.
With sponsors and financing and stuff like that.
And the other thing to it is, we had an 8th race last year, right? on the schedule.
Oh,
Yeah.
like, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Was it 8th or would it have been the 7th?
It'd
Or is
been
there
the
always
8th.
7 races?
So it would have been 8.
We would have to go out to South Dakota.
Oh, that's
Anyone
right,
who
that one.
budgeted
Track
for
wasn't right.
8 and we didn't do 8 races probably had to do something with the money. Right? So potentially, not saying it's going to happen, but if they get 3/4 of the series, there's racers that say they're not going and they cancel the last race again, eventually it's going to start looking pretty fucking shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? For 3 years, we tried to do an 8th race, and it got canceled every time. Well, what about the people that actually did budget for 8 races? Did they have to give that money back? Not saying that they're complaining, right? Because they maybe got lucky and got to keep it. Or 2, they had to give it back, which they planned on using it anyway, so they still got it, so it's no big deal. But I don't know if you've ever had to give money back. It's a pain in the ass to go through all the
sucks.
loops.
Yep.
To do that, right? You're working with a lot of these people are working with a corporate business of some stature at some point that's getting paid on a quarterly basis, right?
Yeah.
That's usually how they work. And now you have to fucking break some of that up or try to rebudget it and if it gets canceled, most likely it won't happen till towards the end or halfway through race season anyways. And now you already have the money. You already have it in the budget. You already it gets sticky. Gets fucking sticky.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you almost have to do it and either make it not worth points if they're planning on, instead of canceling it in a sense, maybe a better way to put it, instead of canceling it, make it no points and figure out a way to put up a bigger purse and make it an exhibition
Yep.
for the future of Champ Off Road and what we have plans to do.
Yeah, it's almost like what
See what happens.
like Super Motocross did in order to get those guys to race those 3 extra races. They're like, hey, bigger purse, everybody's gonna get paid. This means another championship added to it. You get to run the number 1 plate if you win this one. Like you said, you got to make it worth it to everybody to go out there.
Right.
Almost like what they did. They're like, all right, we're adding a new series. Well, you guys are gonna get paid a shitload now.
Yeah,
well,
because they added.
We're adding to it.
I think they added $5 million just to that 3-race series.
not Champ Off Road.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, for order for them to get basically all the riders to
to show
compete
up.
in
Yeah.
this 3-race series, which has nothing to do with Supercross, has nothing to do with motocross. It's its own little entity.
Shootout.
And they were like, hey man, our investors or whatever are going to put in $5 million more dollars, but the payout's going to be larger. It's going to be better.
Yep.
And the racing is going to be exciting.
Well,
Because then now with camp, they're just like, hey, we added one more race across the country, and good luck.
yeah. Well, what you could do, in a sense, along those lines, is make a Champ Off Road Series champion and then make a Champ Off Road National champion, call it.
Yeah.
And make it like basically a playoffs, right? It's a one weekend shootout. Do like bonus points. For a win, you get 1 point.
Yeah.
For a second, or do like for a win, you get 3 points. For a second, you get 2 points. For a third, you get 1 point. And those travel with you to the last race. And the people who don't want to go, don't go. But the people that want to run the national championship, it's a one weekend shootout, and you get to start with. Say you have 2 wins, you get to start with 6 points. And if the guy behind you has 3 seconds, he gets to start with 6 points. And you still have it still gives you a reason to run the regular series, right? And you still get a bonus for running the whole series by having those bonus points. And then whoever wins that race, there would be a purse, there would be a separate championship for that national traveling one, and go from there.
Okay, let me read off some questions here.
Okay.
So from Dirty Plum, Glen Helen has to be a night race, right? Lucas failed with the day races, but has standing room only for the night races. If you already covered, sorry, just got here.
I don't think Champ has any plans on doing any night races, but I know we haven't had a full series go to Glen Helen in a long time. I mean, they've had their whatever series they got going on out there right now, and there's not a lot of spectators.
Yeah.
But that area is hard to pull people.
Yep.
It's hard to pull people.
And then Matt Gerald, it's a double-edged sword. Teams that have sponsors, most of them want us to expand and go to these new old markets. Not all teams are as fortunate. I'm really afraid we won't have a race count.
I agree. I mean, the way we looked at it, like I said, is our sponsors, majority of them said, right now we're not in the position to add budget. So instead of add budget, we would rather you pick the races you think are most important and do that right now, which really would not be good for the series. But
so is that what your answer was to that post where you're like, our team won't be going because it's not in your budget to go out there?
yeah, I mean, with our trucks,
Yeah.
it's not in the budget.
So I guess here's a scenario. What happens if if there's a battle for the championship and it ends in Glen Helen? Are you saying
Not going.
not going? Okay. So then JD Media said, he's like, you can't forget that there's an extra race at the Mint 400. So how are teams going to budget that in?
Yeah, so I haven't heard nothing about that since they originally released it.
I haven't heard
Unless I
anything
missed
either.
it. Unless I missed
I
it
saw a schedule drop, but that's about it. Because they
recently.
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago on, I don't know if it was the Mint page or whatever.
Yeah, it was on
but,
the Mint page.
but
Did it have short course on it?
It did, yeah.
Yes.
And not in
Friday
any
and Saturday.
not in any like specific order, like when the champ schedule drops, like they have the
Classes and
but
so
yeah,
on.
like so there was just short course
Racing
yeah.
from this time to this time.
Short course showdown.
So that's another race, that some people are going to want to go to. That also doesn't have a whole lot of information, say on the payout or what it's going to cost, what the rules are going to be, what the classes are going to be. They could maybe, if they want to have this national championship, like a super motocross style, they could make it. You get bonus for Mint, Wheatland, and Glen Helen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And there would just be a bonus money for whoever had the most points
Out of
that
those three?
traveled out of those three.
Dude, that's actually a cool idea.
It wouldn't really have anything to do with this series points,
Yeah.
right? But it would give the people a bonus that went to all three traveling
Yeah.
races.
I remember, again, Supercross did this a while ago, called it like the World Championship. Like only like Heath Voss won it, like the championship, because he went to the first ones in Canada and say like Paris or something, and then he was in for the points, but he still raced the whole series, so he got to win like the national, like you said, the world.
The World Championship. Yeah. I mean, and that's something they could potentially go and promote and get a sponsor for.
Yeah.
That pays it for them, right? You're not trying to fund all kinds of classes. You're not trying to fund all kinds of races. 3 races, 4 fucking classes.
Yeah, 3 races pro only.
Pro only, and see what happens. I mean, you got to see what classes the Mint's going to do first.
Yep.
I don't know. I haven't seen a schedule. I don't know if it's all of them. I don't know.
And we have Mason in here willing to put up some money for whoever wins at Glen Helen. So hopefully it'll change your mind because he said the winner will get $100.
Sweet.
Nice.
It probably cost that much for a weekend pass to get in.
12-pack of Twisted Teas. Dude, the price of Twisted Teas went up.
Yeah.
Did it really?
I mean,
Well, welcome back.
How much is that? Here's Twisted Teas. He's like, what, brother?
He's back to being a statue, folks. Got him a little out of form here for a minute. Straight up, square again. Opened his mouth.
Man, I saw like a 12-pack Twisted Teas.
Was it a variety light though?
No, it was just the regular Twisted Teas. I was going to get it for the Packer game against the Texans. I was like, all right, 12-pack, like whatever. It was like $22.
No way.
That can't be
It's
accurate.
$17.94
at Hy-Vee. maybe it's
17? I thought
Hy-Vee.
they're like.
Maybe it's Hy-Vee,
It's
but
probably
it
Hy-Vee.
started with a
Hy-Vee's
2.
fucking
Shops at
bougie, bro.
Hy-Vee.
It started.
Him and Merle. Merle fucking shops there too.
So I don't know if you want to stay any more on the schedule, but I do have another topic to bring up.
Let's do it.
So
If you guys want to talk about the schedule more, drop it in the comments.
yeah,
and we
if you got
can
any more,
we can always
schedule
funnel back.
ones, but I feel like at the end of the day, we're just going to kind of go back and forth with the same argument or the same conversation we had all last season. You know what I mean? How do we get more money? How do we do this? And I feel like we kind of got down the nitty gritty of it. Now it's just about kind of weathering what's in front of us.
Right. Weather the storm.
So, and there's only so much that, we can do. But the next topic question I have is...
This is going to be a good one. I can feel it already.
is, I'm wondering if you're going to be participating in it. I'm wondering if you can. So they're coming out with the Pro-Am Turbo Open Unlimited Mod Side-by-Side Sportsman Side-by-Side class.
You forgot Pro-Am.
The Pro-Am Turbo Mod
So what
Unlimited.
part of Pro-Am do you not understand that why I can't race in it?
Here's the thing. All right, you're a pro. You were an amateur.
You're right.
Yeah, he's got you there.
Once you're am, you're always am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? Chop feel?
Yeah.
What do you feel like after Pine Ridge?
Yeah, I feel like I could run with the best. You know what I mean?
Do you consider yourself am pro? Like you're still an amateur, but you want to be a pro? Or were you an amateur, now you're a pro?
I am an amateur, still an amateur.
Want to be pro.
want
To be pro.
Yeah.
All right, fair.
I'm the am pro. But so I
On to
guess
that.
what are your thoughts though on this new class? Because from what I understand, they're getting rid of.
Nope, nothing.
They're not getting rid of any class.
Everything stays the same.
I thought they were getting
They're trying to.
But they're
And
not.
by the end of it,
a
Youth 1000.
class. Yeah.
they're keeping them all right now.
What?
I'm
You
sorry.
fucking kidding me? Dude, I ain't not. Mute me.
Tell us how you feel.
He's like, we're about to get an email.
Yeah.
Tell us how you
It
feel.
is a lot of races to watch.
Why? We're trying to be a professional
about-
series, and is UTV bringing in money? That's the thing. Like, UTVs are boring.
Yeah.
and not.
But
especially when
it
CK's
kept our,
in it.
kept our
Only the stock class.
Yeah.
but it's kept our sport alive.
And that was my question. Is it keeping the money flowing within champ?
So I'll tell you this. The downfall is they didn't get rid of a class, right? So somewhere they have to make up this time. That is another
That they're
fucking
always behind on.
8-minute race.
You guys are already going into the dark.
Yeah,
at times.
basically, yeah. And just not a good thing. They plan to get rid of something. I don't know that Moore's not getting rid of anything, right? All I know is that they wanted to get rid of Youth 1000, and then the racers all were like, no, we want Youth 1000. But then they all also wanted Turbo, Pro-Am Turbo. And Pro-Am Turbo, to me, is a good class. I think it'll be more busy than you guys all think. One, right now, Pro Turbo, Pro fucking side-by-side, fucking turbo,
Unlimited.
non-turbo, open,
Max.
unlimited, Tampax Pearl,
Yes.
Large or medium flow.
Yeah.
fucking large, medium flow, whatever
Max
you want to
flow.
call it,
Yeah.
has a stacked field.
Oh, it's fucking the most stacked side-by-side class.
So why no one really wants to get in it,
JD said bring back side-by-side sports.
dude? Of course, everybody wants it now, right? All they did was complain the whole time we did it, so they can fucking bury it with their complaints. I think one, it'll help some of us sell cars. There's cars for sale everywhere. Turbo cars, ain't nobody fucking buying them.
Yep, Merle's selling his.
Merle's selling his. Boodles have a couple for sale. Rodney's had a couple for sale. There's a bunch of them for sale, and nobody will buy them because a lot of them want them. But a Pro-Am guy can't race Pro-Am and Turbo, and a lot of people want to run more than one class. That's the biggest thing. I know a lot of Pro-Am guys or sportsman guys that want to run more than one class and have no other class to run. You can't run sportsman and Pro-Am.
Yeah.
So there's only one class you can run. Well, it gives us a place to sell older cars, right, and give them a place to race. And it also gives sportsman Pro-Am guys that next stepping stone of how to go faster, how to deal with the power, the track change, the grip, funnel older cars through it. I think overall it's a good move if we can maybe
get rid of something.
Give something the whole fucking hack a whack. Like
Yep.
everyone's gonna rip on me, but stock truck.
No,
Don't you
no,
dare.
No,
Not
shut
super
your
stock,
fucking mouth.
not
Super,
super stock.
No, I love stock truck.
Stock truck is fucking ass, and I will stand on that fucking hill. Cause, and I got shit for it this year too, cause I shit on stock truck every chance I got.
It's the least car count class 90% of the time that we're there. Some of the times it's less than Pro 4. And it doesn't take a whole lot to make it a super stock. It isn't like you have to throw it in the garbage. There's plenty of trucks that have converted into a super stock from a stock truck. Does it cost more money? Yeah, it does. But they're fucking get beat by a light buggy, so.
So do you get rid of just one class, or do you get rid of a couple more?
Well, eventually, I think they need to figure out a way to get rid of a couple more or combine them. But it's hard. Like, what doesn't have good car count?
Pro 4.
I mean, Pro 4 had as many as stock truck did.
Well, Youth 1000,
shit.
especially last year,
Youth
and even
1000 was the least.
yeah, they didn't have a very good.
It had like
Get 'em out.
six or eight.
Fuck them. Fuck Riker Remington too.
Get them out. Get them out.
Swing into the fences right out of the gate.
Because and so what? I guess what classes would you, in your professional opinion, decide to get the X?
I wouldn't even say professional. Just say opinion.
Opinion, yeah.
In your opinion.
In my opinion, with no factual sheets in front of
Yes.
me, and I'm gonna get hated on it for any fucking which way I say it. So it is what it is. Like right now or in the future.
Let's say they're bringing in the Pro-Am Turbo class.
They are.
And so I'm saying is they're bringing it in,
Yep.
and what would you get rid of coming into
Stock
this
truck.
Hey,
year?
chat. What
Stock truck.
Stock truck.
Classes would you get rid of?
Would you get rid of just one, or would you get rid of multiple?
So I think for the first year, if you had to get rid of one, that's the route I would go. Stock truck. In the future, the 570 is discontinued. It's only going to be another 2 or 3 years before they're going to be too hard to find parts. Right now, they're too readily available yet. You can buy brand new ones still, even though they are discontinued. It's stacked field. There's fucking 20 of them, 20 plus of them. But as they start to run out of parts and they're harder to find, the class is going to continue to shrink, and then you axe it, right?
Yep.
170s are already joined in with 200s, so they fix that problem. 170s are discontinued, 200s are taken over. Makes sense. Let's go that route with it, anyways. Those two are combined, so you can. We need a low age youth class.
Yeah, I agree.
We need. Hey, don't be fucking chuckling over there.
No. Mason said add a utility quad class.
On performance for life.
We're gonna race fucking Rangers, and you gotta have a front window and a cab on it. It's mandatory.
Okay. JD has a good one. Pick between Pro Light and Pro Spec.
Pro light.
Pro Light, get them out.
Yep.
Get 'em out.
Yep, I'm with you
Pro
guys.
Yep.
Pro Light,
I
out of
also
here.
think that bringing that up is another good one. I think that's a class that needs to go.
Yep.
Because Pro Lights were built to go with a 4-cylinder, and now they're running the same speed as a Pro 2, and they ride like shit. They beat the shit out of you. Most of them blow up because they can't keep them cool, and they about cost as much as a Pro 2. You can ask any Pro Light guy that they're expensive now. They about cost what a Pro 2 does. Out the door. Go back to the way it started. Yeah, and let's let Pro Spec put headers on it. Headers in a crossover exhaust.
Ooh,
Okay.
I agree with that. Yes.
Then they'll sound cool.
Yep.
Yep.
They'll sound racy. They'll sound a little bit better than a super buggy.
So you're saying you don't like the way a Pro Spec sounds?
No, me personally, I don't care. I don't even care. I mean, I've grown up here in every class, but I know people that are wanting to move up and won't go to Pro Spec because they don't like the way they sound.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. I guess so. When you're sitting in it the whole time, you gotta just
No, I mean, you don't even hear it, right? You have headphones in, you have earplugs in, whatever. You're fucking it's nothing.
One day I'll be able to agree with you, but
Yeah,
I
no, I know.
I can't
I
relate.
get it. I just said it. I was the first one to say, give them a fucking exhaust. They're trying to keep the cost down, so they're making them run manifolds, OEM manifold, and then all it has is a little fucking tailpipe on it and whatever. But
So we're getting rid of stock.
Getting rid of Pro Light.
Getting rid of Pro Light. And then 570s.
In 2 or 3 years, 570.
Anything else?
I know you have a comment.
Oh,
I'm
just wondering because I feel like there are what? How many youth classes? 5?
Ooh.
A lot.
No.
Four? Is it
There's
4?
Oh, let me find the
All
schedule.
70s.
200.
Youth. Well,
and then they have
172.
the trophy cart. I forgot about the trophy
Yeah.
cart.
Fuck yeah.
So did they
Short
get rid of
course
this?
and mod cart?
Did they get rid of short course
Short
cart?
course and mod cart.
Not that
there's
I've heard
5.
of.
Is there mod cart and short course cart, or is there only mod cart now?
I don't
Or is
know.
there both?
Guess we could look at the schedule.
Somebody,
Let me find it, let me
somebody,
find it.
chat. Somebody put it in the chat.
Chat.
Someone put it in the chat.
Yeah, how many youth classes?
No,
are
no,
there?
no. We're just asking if there's still youth cart and youth mod cart, or is there just youth mod cart?
Okay. No, I'll be watching.
Somebody will post it up there.
Yeah,
for sure.
but no.
But youth is what we need, right?
Is it though?
So here's
That's
the
biggest thing for me is like, how many youth classes do you need for them to move up?
here's the Saturday schedule: stock truck, 1600 light buggy, youth side by side, short course carts, mod cart,
Okay, so there is still
170,
both.
200, and then 570. So we have 570, 170, 200, mod cart, short course cart, and youth side by side. We have 5 youth classes.
Yep.
Get rid
Okay,
of
so
170 and 200.
no, you can't do that.
Get rid of stock 1000, whatever that is.
The youth 1000.
Yes. And short course cart. Keep the cool ones.
So eventually, you would say 570 is going to be
570 is gonna deplete itself eventually.
Yeah,
here in the
and
next
then-
2 or 3 years.
And then youth side by side, I think, would be another one to.
I don't think youth side by side is gonna go anywhere, only because where do you put a 12-year-old kid, 13-year-old kid?
In a pro spec.
That's what they've been doing recently.
I mean, Ben said, yeah, five youth classes.
Yeah.
It's too.
I think youth cart could go away,
So
right?
Short
So-
course cart or mod cart?
Short course cart.
Okay.
So you could get them in early in a 17 or a 200. It'll be 200s eventually here shortly, anyways.
Yep.
In the big picture, if you think of 5 years, right, a 200 will still be relevant and it'll still be semi-easy to sell to anybody that has a kid, right? They're not going out of business.
Yep.
A stock cart, a short course cart, is a one-off, one manufacturer, one person builds the parts, so on and so forth. That one company goes out, they're all fucking junk anyways, right?
So get rid of it.
Get rid of them. They can run a youth, they can run a 170, 200. Then they can either go to a mod cart or a youth 1000, and then you go fucking sportsman and pro-am.
So you get rid of short
No,
course.
sportsman and pro-am are obviously more classes.
Well,
but I'm
why
saying
not-
that would be the stepping stone.
Oh, okay, yes. So
you-
you keep 3 of them.
3
classes.
Well, and I'm saying 570 is eventually going to get rid of itself.
Yeah.
So just get rid of it now. So 570 and
You
short course
can't
cart.
do it now. There's too many.
Get them out.
There's too many. There's
Send
too
them to
many.
200.
Time to
Go
become
backwards.
Time to become a
Yes.
youth 1000 racer kid.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's,
That would be a
put 'em-
better
yeah,
idea.
there you
They
go.
would probably all move up to a youth 1000. The worst thing about it is they're all going to be fucking paperweights here shortly if they don't sell them sooner than later.
Yeah.
Or
So
they're
get 'em
going to be
out.
worth gold. One of the two.
So get them out, 570. Like, why even wait?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we've got a short course cart. Mm-hmm. And then we also get rid of stock truck.
Yes.
And that's 3.
Get them the fuck
Then
out
Pro
of here.
Light.
and then
and
Pro
Pro
Light.
Light.
And then we put in Pro-Am side by side. Super turbo.
Turbo. Wait, we had.
Unlimited.
Get rid of 4. We're adding 1.
10 pack.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we got rid of 2 youth classes. Mm-hmm. We got rid of
Stock truck.
stocked 1 more class.
Yep.
And 1 pro class.
Yep.
That sounds pretty fucking even across the board.
Yes, it does.
You can't. They didn't pick on anybody in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. So,
That-
So
that
get
was-
rid of 4, add 1.
yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I agree with that.
I like that.
Yes.
That would slow the day down a little bit and fucking chill out.
I will be honest, and I will be 1,000% selfish here. I'm tired of fucking cleaning up, filming, and it's 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and the sun's going down, and we still got to grab GoPros.
Yep.
You know what'd be nice is if you guys resumed and went back to racing at like 4 o'clock when you guys used to. That was cool.
What do you
Back
mean?
When I would be drunk on the hillside.
So
On
5 years ago?
Yeah, 5.
I don't understand what you're asking.
Five,
What you're
six-
saying.
He's saying
five,
you guys
6
used to
years
race
ago.
at 4
Pro
instead
2,
of like 6 now.
Pro 2
oh,
or
oh,
Pro 4
oh,
would go off at like 4:25. and then I would be
I would
home.
love it.
I would be home by
It'd fucking be-
5:30.
Dude, it'd be great. If my guys didn't have to work till 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
that would be fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
But that's what I mean, man. Is before like I started all the filming stuff. That would be about the time I would get home. Is about 5:30. 6 p.m. would be late
Yeah.
when I would get home.
Pro 2 just going off at 6.
The real question is, on average, do you how many people, if these 4 classes went away, right? How many people do you think would quit, and how many people do you think would get into a different class?
I think more people will get into a different class than that would quit.
And
Yeah.
if they really want to race, then they'll find a way to race.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If they're not actually like into it, then maybe they'll quit. But I wouldn't see a lot of
Yeah,
people
because
quit.
there could be some dad who's like, the only reason I'm racing is because he wants to be in 570. Oh, get rid of the 570 class. All right, we're done, son. And like he just needs an excuse to get out.
Right.
Sure, there's always going to be people like that, but for the most part, I agree is that if they want to race, they'll find a way to race, and we even specifically pick and chose classes
Yep.
Yeah.
to get rid of because there's an alternate or a solution.
There's another one that they can go
Yeah,
with.
you just did like a stepping stone of how
Yes.
you're going to get there.
Yep.
So they could still do that.
Jeffrey's trying to fucking chirp over there.
Yep. Sorry. So we got some questions here.
He goes,
So
pissed off dads.
So we got 2 questions, or 2 people asking questions, and one's from Travis. How do the bug classes stack up against the side-by-side classes speed-wise? And I mean single and light buggy.
They're way slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if Travis was asking, like, do we get rid of a buggy class? Or
I think light buggy and single buggy are just too dominant and way too full, right?
Yeah.
They're just classes iconic classes that have been around forever, and the car counts never went down in them. So there's really not a good reason to get rid of them.
Okay. And then we got one from Cole DeBlay, and he says, short course kart is a huge building class and easier to maintain than a 170 with less ways to change cheating and demand a good driver to win it. Short course kart averages over 15 cars.
No, I agree. I think short course cars are a good car. Don't get me wrong. I obviously know who builds them and the company behind them and where they came from. I just think in the big picture, in 5 years, they're not worth anything. A 200 is a company that is going to be around in 5 years, right? And is established, and you can go to any dealer and get parts. What happens if we have short course kart and the company that's behind it goes, we don't want to make them no more, or we can't find an employee to make them, or our
material becomes
becomes expensive, or something like that, and now there's a whole class with nothing to get. You can't buy nothing for them. A 200, you'll be able to find aftermarket parts and or parts at probably at 3 different spots in every city across the fucking board.
Yeah.
Or every state, I should say, not city, but every state across the board. That's the only reason I said short course karts over 200.
So get them out.
Yeah.
I heard it up. Run it. Sold me.
All right. I mean, that's it for questions right now. I mean, so
That's my opinion.
So it is a good idea to bring in the Pro-Am turbo class.
Yeah, I think so. Gives people another class to race. It's faster. I think maybe limiting them on restricting them more than what we are would be a good. I think the Pro R and the Mav R should not be allowed. I haven't seen the rules. I don't know if that's part of it, not part of it. But the Mav R and the Pro R shouldn't be allowed. 1, because it's a sportsman class, and 2, financially, they're the 2 most expensive cars. They're both $40,000 plus to get them out of the lot, right? For the badass one, whatever. Turbo, all your turbo cars, leftover ones, all that are all you can get them for $40,000 race ready, champ legal, fucking ready to go racing, right? It should be like that stepping stone class. I get it. Some people are gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna spend the money on a Pro-Am car and then not be able to race it in Pro Turbo down the road. Well, there's a good chance that if you're running Pro-Am Turbo for 2 years, 2 years down the road, the car ain't gonna be relevant anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Maybe other than a Mav R or a Pro R, but realistically, you're in a sportsman class, they just shouldn't be allowed, in my opinion.
You know, when they first announced the Pro-Am Turbo side by side, I was like, man, you know, another class. I know we all like
fucking hot.
we were all.
I know you
know,
were.
And in typical, you know, Tito fashion, I got to take a step back and just kind of like think about it. You know what I mean, or talk about it. And I think it's cool to bring up that point of like these Pro-Am guys. You know, they want to be in an additional class. Well, what other class can they be in? Because the next class up is a pro class. It's like, well, some of them may not be ready, or they enjoy what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool to have a secondary like option or another class, because and this is where I kind of then made a funny joke, is that, okay, would some of these Pro-Am guys, what's the next step? You know, pro stock.
Nobody wants to race pro stock. Ask them.
And nobody in
Because of
Pro-Am wants to race pro stock. So I think I came up to you, and again, we joked about it. I think it was like during Halloween, or it was a pack game or something. But
Probably in London.
But maybe.
I think I told you in London.
And I'm like, how
Yes,
come
we did have this
I'm like,
conversation
how
in
come you
London.
don't just race like Pro 4 or Pro Turbo? Like, why are you in pro stock? And I thought you had a great. I don't know if you want me to say for you, but
Yeah, say it.
Okay.
I forgot.
it was
You say it.
Please say it for me.
is that just sponsorship wise, like it's the better class to go with, because as the point that he brought up is Pro Turbo, is that it's such a unique class. You know what I mean? Is that at least pro stock is super relatable.
Hey, get your finger out of his
You know what I
ass.
mean? You can jump in one of those and obviously make them race ready, but then essentially at the end of the day, it's stock.
Yep.
It's more obtainable. It's more relatable. Whereas Pro Turbo is not necessarily, you know, super relatable or attainable, or something that people are going to be able to get into right away. So for him, sponsorship wise and making the sponsors happy is that's the route to go and to stay in. He would be more likely to stay in stock than in Pro Turbo.
Yeah.
At least from.
Right?
Okay.
I'm watching Joey put his hand underneath Capper's butt, and they show right on.
That's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
That's not what
You
happened.
just missed it. It was right on. You guys, you see your hand slip right in there.
He started it.
No.
He went in there first.
Finger smell? Yeah.
You get a chance to talk, you won't say anything.
I've been just loving the information.
We got a fan question for Tito. How many bush lights would it take for Tito to climb the Granite Water Tower?
How many bush lights for me to what? Climb the Cranon Water Tower?
Yes.
Not too many. It'd be fucking pancake splat at the bottom.
Can you even climb that?
I mean, that's a pretty big waste. So I feel like I have to be pretty inebriated. Probably 12 pack.
All right.
12 pack, 13 maybe.
All right. I got a question for Capper and Joey Moss. Out of Jeffrey and Tito, who do you think can squat who? Or can either one of them squat each other?
Ooh,
I'll let you go first.
I don't want to be the bad guy here, but I think Jeffrey can squat Tito. I think if Tito goes down that low, you're not coming back up with him on your shoulders.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right.
I don't see. Jeffrey, how much do you weigh, if you don't mind sharing?
295.
And how much do you weigh?
More than that.
Okay. the thing with Tito is, like, he's got, like, fucking fat guy strength. So, like, if he really tries, he could probably get him up. But it depends on how far down he goes. Because, like you said, if he gets all the way down there, I don't know if he'll be able to come
He
back
has to
up.
stand up every morning,
I think Jeffrey could get fucking Tito up, though.
Yeah.
So this
Jeffrey,
is,
what can you squat on squat rack?
So Jazz said neither.
I'm also on the neither train.
I'm on the neither too.
I'm on the neither train.
I don't
What
think
can
either
you
you
squat
guys.
on a squat rack?
I don't try to squat too heavy because my lower back. But when we when Merle and I we squatted yesterday and we were squatting 315.
But that
with ease.
But squat with Tito would be a lot harder because he'd be draped over you.
Yeah, it'd be different. It's like
now
a
that
whole
I think about it,
process.
it's dead weight.
And you have to balance
He'd
it.
just be melting
Well,
on
that's
you.
why we put them on my shoulders.
Yeah,
right,
no,
right.
it's still
but
harder.
have you ever taken 3 bills plus and now made it 4 feet tall, swinging and moving around.
I mean, but there has to be a communication between both of us where we're like, hey, man, be a fucking building.
Well, yeah, you can be still. You can be still, but a squat rack is at your shoulders and hanging out and low, right?
Yeah.
It ain't no higher than your head. It's out here. It gives you stability. Now take all that weight and smush it together and fucking raise it up.
I think whoever does it is definitely losing an ACL, though.
I already lost mine.
So, yes, Jeffrey already has bad knees.
Oh, yeah, you got to take that into account, too.
So Jeffrey already has bad knees.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I also work out every
Is it
ACL tears.
Do you got bad shoulders?
No.
Bad shoulder?
I tore a rotator cuff, but I had surgery on it, and it's fixed.
In second
and I
grade.
broke a collarbone, and I had surgery on it, but it's fixed. Those were
Yeah.
a
Look
while
at Cap
ago.
sweating. He was just wiping the sweat off
Healthy knees
on the screen.
And let us not forget Lyle in Oklahoma, who had to
I
pick up
forgot.
Jeffrey anyway.
I forgot he did pick you up in Oklahoma.
He didn't pick me up.
He put you in the truck.
I helped him with the little strength I had.
You didn't have any strength.
No, I
He
didn't.
carried you
There was zero.
He basically carried you from the house
Zero
to the
there.
truck.
Yeah,
I forgot that you did that.
Yeah, he did. No,
So
no,
I just
I think we need to do
I was
it.
trying to
Yes.
I would
I think
pay
one
to
of these
see
trying
it.
to
days
be
we
as,
need to do
as
it.
humbly as I could to relay that information where I'm like, I've done that already.
I think one day we need to do it
Yes.
and make a
all right,
video
we'll,
of it.
we'll,
But
do
have
it. We'll do it. We'll do
We'll
it.
have an over-under bet.
We'll do it at Leon's Gymnastics because they got the big mats and everything. we'll be very
It's going to be
safe
even
with
hard
that.
to be more
that-
stable.
so-
Well,
no,
you,
no,
have to,
it'll be-
you have to put the mats on either side
So
and then have
if-
the
if
floor
I
where your
fail-
feet are.
Yeah, we'll be
when I
safe.
fail.
We'll just be safe with it. So if we do fail, if I fail, which it won't happen, Tito has somewhere safe to land.
Or that he could just throw me off.
Riker says, "Why is Joey Miles such a bum?"
I mean, it's
Look
fair.
at caught him off
That's-
guard.
that's a
Hey,
fair
hey,
question.
hey,
That's-
shut up,
no,
hold on a second. I want to
question.
talk to this
allow it.
fucker. I'm looking at this camera right here. Let me tell you something, Riker. When Hudson Hool is whooping your ass every fucking day, right? All right? I was watching, and every time I watch Hudson Hool whoop your fucking ass, the only thing I could think of is, goddamn, could this guy get any worse? And guess what? Now you're going to go to a fucking different, well, maybe not because you side-by-side still around, but if you go to a different class, it's going to be even worse for you. You're not even going to be top 5. You might not even be top 10. I can't wait to watch Season Bennett whoop your ass.
Holy shit. Somebody get over here. Drop it.
Are you
drop
okay?
it.
All right, and then
Wow. Look at it, intense.
I know.
You're
and,
in it. I love it.
Love it. He's
Some
into it.
Cameron chick said, "Hi, Adam."
Hello.
Nice.
And then Jeffrey Latch, CJ with as coming up from Pro Buggy. What advice could you give someone in trying to get bigger brand sponsors to back their program?
You got to go out and get them. That's the number one thing that I tell everybody that nobody, I shouldn't say nobody, but a lot of people don't expect. It don't matter how good you are, how many championships you got, how much money you have, how many followers you have. If you don't go out and knock on doors and send email, basically you're going door knocking, right?
Yeah.
And you're handing
Yeah.
them out. You got to go to every company and 20 more a day and just keep sending resumes. Anyone that's involved in the business, and you got to do it early. You can't wait till the end of the year. You can't wait till December. You can't wait till February and then start sending these out. You got to get done with the season and go back to work. Go out there, be sending out resumes. You'll be surprised how many companies are interested, but don't know who to contact,
Yeah.
how to get involved. They have the same questions we do. Mm-hmm. When you look at a company, you go, well, where do I start? Who do I contact? How do I get involved with them? They have the same information, the same questions we do. We look at sponsors and go, how do we get involved? They look at our series or drivers and they go, how do we get involved? We don't even know how to contact these people or what it costs or whatever. And then the second thing would be the most important part of a sponsorship is having a relationship first. So the first year, don't go in with a fucking slapping your meat on the table and saying, I need this. Otherwise, you get no meat. It ain't going to work.
Yeah.
But if you're the one slapping the meat, why would you want to get meat back?
No, they don't get no meat. If you come in there and slap your meat and you say, I need this
Yeah.
for you to get my meat,
You're too aggressive with your meat.
yeah,
They're gonna be like,
they're gonna be like, I can't
so
afford that.
doll up your meat before you try giving your meat is what you're trying to say?
Well, just
No,
just don't
have
ask
a
for so much.
conversation first.
Yeah.
Take her out to dinner or something, dude.
Like instead of saying, "Here's my meat, I need $500 for you to play with it," go walk in there and take the 50 that they offered.
Stripper motive.
Yeah, because it is weird. Like we're not back in like the Johnny and Jeff days where the sponsors were crawling at their door and
Well, and
wanting to.
Because we had national television
Exactly. So
and no social media.
yeah, which is weird. So I guess going into that realm of things, is Flow Racing the best platform
Nope.
for champ?
No.
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 No,
Because we're on YouTube right now
for free.
for free. So hey, sponsors, hit us up.
And it's like,
I'd be like, here's my meat. Yeah,
you know what? It's free.
it's free meat right now.
But in 2 years, that meat's gonna cost you unless we got that relationship.
Yeah. All right. So Riker rebutted. To Joey Moss.
All right. Go back to that camera.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, here we go. So Joey. So Riker says, Joey, I am going to prove you wrong. So you look so dumb by saying this, and I will come back and show you this after it happens.
He's going to give you his meat.
Yes.
For
Yes.
free,
I
brother.
don't even think he's 18 yet.
I'm not even gonna fucking dignify that with a response. You're a fucking idiot, right?
Just
Wait,
guns.
is there actually like hatred here?
No, I love Riker. He's a good kid.
And,
I just like
He's the
fucking,
new Ben Hiding.
Oh, he's the new Ben.
Riker's
You
the
and
new
Ben
Ben
have
Hiding.
graduated already.
yeah, we're buddies now, you know.
so
Benny Hanna.
Yeah.
Benny
so
Hanna.
Dirty
Benny
Plum.
Hanna.
Dirty Plum says, anyone heard what Phase 2 is for Anigo?
What?
I didn't even know there's a Phase 2.
Is there a phase 1?
Phase Clan.
What? What do you mean phase two?
Is there,
I'm assuming that they're building up on maybe the Pro 2, Pro 4 battle, or
Maybe
race.
he can relay a little bit more information what he's talking
yeah.
about.
Is he
so-
talking about the track? Like, because I know they
I
were
did
saying,
hear that they're trying to
Yeah.
change the track
So
again.
maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
I don't know either, but I did hear a rumor mill that they're talking about trying to change the track again.
Like making it longer, expanding out to where it was back in the day, or
No, because that's a pond.
okay.
no.
Well, I'm just saying.
Drain it. Get it out.
get out of here.
Get that fucking pot out of here, too, man.
Be like,
Hey.
almost killed Jeepa.
Yeah. Just walk up to the pond.
Maybe he can reiterate
Yeah,
a little bit more further.
So Zach Lopez, he says, "Hi CJ, I'm watching you guys from Phelps, and congratulations, Johnny, on your off-road Hall of Fame."
Thank you. Tito's in the Hall of Fame too.
Thank you.
Tito's in my Hall of Fame. Tito's in my Hall of Fame.
the Hall of Shame.
Remember that conversation you had of where he ended up on your list in London? You like he was number one hated. You like now he made it to the list of drivers you like.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. I was drunk.
You're eating fries
I
off
think
the
you were
ground.
number
and-
3.
That's how
Yeah, I
most
think
people
that's
start though with CJ.
I'll fucking
I feel
eat it. I'll
like
fucking eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
most
fucking eat
people.
I feel like most people that like him now used to hate his guts.
Yeah, for no good reason.
Well, it's because of Tito.
Can we go
It was
around?
because
Can we
of
go
Tito.
around it because of no good reason?
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
I
there's
agree
there
with
was a
that.
good reason.
There's reasons.
Yeah.
Maybe there weren't real
maybe if you
reasons,
stop
but they were like,
fucking
okay.
winning.
See?
The reason then.
None of these reasons are good.
do you want to see the same guy winning all the time?
That isn't a good reason. though.
Yeah, it is.
Good for who?
It's not a reason to hate you personally, but to professionally hate you, yeah.
Well, I
see
understand
you,
that, but
even now.
but that's not a
Even
that's
now.
not me as a person.
Even now, after meeting you, if you win, I'm fucking pissed, dude.
That's
It,
fine.
it makes me feel better about myself when you don't do as good.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's deep.
That's like going, that's like going to fucking
Before-
Appleton or Oshkosh with Capper, and the first three girls that walk up either flip them off or slap them. It's like that guy.
Before I knew, yeah. Now I'm like, he can do okay.
I guess it's okay he wins.
Not too good though, because then I get to shave his head.
Yeah, if anyone from Champ is listening, Jaskowski says, hire me.
Jaskowski.
So
That's a good
there you
name.
go.
Well, what do you do?
Yeah, and then Chris goes, Phase 2 is track expansion. Map hasn't been released yet.
Track expansion.
Expansion.
Yes.
You know what they should do? It'd be cool.
Or Kyle's or one of Kyle's plans for the track. Which I thought
like
they
the big flyaways and
but-
stuff.
Which I thought they did. They just didn't make them
big enough.
Big enough.
Yeah, I think they didn't have enough dirt. They were saying.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
everyone thinks making a jump, a really big jump, is like, there it is, big jump. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You need a lot of space and a lot of fucking dirt. And the first time sportsman goes through, you got to knock it down.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so here comes Riker back. But actually, this one's for Tito.
Oh,
Tito, who's better at COD, you or Keegan?
with
a-
guns or riot
It's
shields?
a good question.
Well, the BO6
Overall?
doesn't have any more riot shields. So.
Wow. How do you play?
So this is a good question.
trash?
Here's how I'll break it down.
Just use your words. You can talk over
Is-
them.
May let him
in-
go first.
He goes, I'll let him go first.
Okay. So in Modern Warfare, right? In Search and Destroy, I'm better than Keegan, without a doubt.
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare.
No.
In Search and Destroy, I'm better than Keegan. But when it comes to Warzone or Resurgence, Keegan's better than me in Call of Duty. Now in Black Ops, I've not seen Keegan play. I found a gun that suits my style.
He did.
Sit in the corner.
and Papa's been up there a couple times. Okay, so that's where I will leave it at. So if that means 2-1, where Keegan's got me in Warzone and Resurgence, then yes, then Keegan would be better than me.
Can I bark now?
Sure,
You could have barked from the
try.
beginning.
If this is gonna get into argument about Call of Duty, I'm gonna fucking.
It's not going to get an
Let's do
argument.
it.
I'm the
I love
middleman
it.
here.
I love it. No, you ain't in the middle.
Because I'm always above you both, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, wow.
But in Search and Destroy, Tito's more fun to play with because kids don't like riot shields, and you really make them mad with them. And when he doesn't kill a guy the first time, you think he's going to shoot someone in his own house. But Keegan will get more kills than him on top in Search and Destroy too.
There are times that yes, of course. So it'll be sometimes Jeffrey will have a day. Lyle is constantly at the top. Keegan and I are at the top. Jeffrey
good?
again has his days.
Lyle's good?
Oh yeah,
Lyle's
he's a
damn good.
little nerd.
Lyle's damn good.
Is he Jarrett LeCasse kid?
Ooh, that's hard to beat.
No,
Jarrett
here's the
LeCasse is
thing.
fucking.
Jared is just a sniper going for clips.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him have one good game
Yep.
playing with them.
Clip farming.
Yes.
I'll call it. I'll say it right now.
I'll say
I'm sorry, Jarrett, but
In
when we play-
Warzone,
when-
the kid is cracked though when he pulls out an actual gun because he wants to
Yeah.
get clips.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. He's always clip farming when he plays with us. He never actually played with us yet.
Yeah, or like camel grinding. Like get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck is?
All right.
Kick him out.
Matt Model. I think that's how you say Matt Model. Capper, stand up and do the move, ya goon.
Do the move, you goon.
Do the move.
You go.
Do the move.
You could have left
Okay,
it.
yeah, hold on to that.
That's the move.
That's the move. There it is.
That's the move.
Big Booty Doug says.
We love Big Booty
Yeah,
Dog.
Big Booty Doug says, love tuning in, watching the show. Congrats to Johnny G on the Hall of Fame. CJ, you already got your ticket stamped. Good luck on the upcoming season.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Eric Bobber already says Tito's is in everyone's Hall of Fame.
Oh,
In their heart.
love that.
Hall of Fame and their
Love
heart.
that. Hell yeah.
Jack says, Joey, I'm going to Diddy you.
As soon as I heard his fucking name, I knew who that was gonna be and what he was gonna say. Oh, fucking pervert.
Mike Kosmecki.
Oh,
Hey, Tito, is it McCausland?
McCausland or
McCaslin.
McCaslin. That's such bullshit because it's fucking McCausland.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
There's a golf course in Townsend, or is it Lakewood? Lakewood. It's spelled McCaulsin.
Jeez.
McCausland. There's a fucking U in it, and everyone says it's McCaslin.
You don't have to take it out on me. I'm just fucking saying here, bro.
you're so
it's
fucking pissed right now.
There's a fucking U in it.
Buddy's mad.
Get it right.
0 to 100 real quick on McCausland.
I'm not even going to say anything. But here's a question for the sportsman guys, or for a sportsman driver. Is Joey Machosik moving up or retiring?
I think he's taking a year off, is what he said.
We all know
Yeah.
what that means.
It's like maybe in Potawatomi.
It means he's not coming back. So R.I.P. Machosik.
I love you,
I
Joey.
think
Love you, Joey.
I would guess he probably end up racing like one next year,
You think so?
1 or 2. But
Like Falk
I
ran
think,
in and-
I think
But he
he's-
made that decision like on the podium too. I think because like I don't. I
What do
mean,
you
he
think
might have been
he was
thinking.
all butthurt on the year.
Yeah, and it was a rough year for him.
Yeah, well, and I think he got DQ'd for Shirley once and maybe twice.
Well, for the ride height, which was we're not. Yeah, no,
Droop.
it was the shock travel, I think.
Yep, Droop. Shock travel was one, and I thought he got dinged for something else.
Was it a racing incident or was it?
I don't remember. I just know that it was like he was the point leader, and then he wasn't, and then he had a lot of good races, and then he got dinged again and was no longer the point leader again.
Who won that championship? Was it
Corey Holter.
Corey Holter.
Right.
Rookie.
Rookie.
Like half a rookie.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
Rookie
I mean,
was rookie.
yeah, that was his rookie season.
Ben Simmons rookie.
This was rookie year.
Chet Holmgren.
Ooh, I got a question for you.
Okay. Hit me.
When is an appropriate time to put up your Christmas tree?
I don't.
Hey, I got a question for you. When is the appropriate time to put up
Are
a
you
Christmas
asking
tree?
when I do it or when he does it?
When would you do it?
After Thanksgiving.
When's an appropriate
Like-
time?
like-
After
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
I'm with
Like
them
2 to 3
after.
weeks
Exactly.
before Christmas
Yeah, like
actually
2
starts.
weeks.
Because if I walk in to eat turkey and there's a goddamn Christmas
That's
tree in
what
the
you say,
corner,
yeah.
it's going at that
After
Christmas tree.
Thanksgiving.
We're burning it down.
Thanksgiving is the correct.
Thank
time.
you.
I would say
See?
a solid 2 weeks before Christmas.
CJ
or
puts
call
his up
December.
like 2 days beforehand, but you know,
See, surround yourself with people.
My cleaning lady put it up
are
last year.
good people,
Are normal people.
normal people.
All right. Dirty Plum has a question for me. When is Jeffrey gonna compete in iRacing short course again? Regional start this Thursday.
Dog, I think you're
I am retired.
gonna say
Taking a year off.
He's joined.
did,
Oh,
I
fuck
did.
that
I
thing.
did one
He's
season.
joined Machosa.
I did one season and I got my ass whooped. And there's a lot.
Fucking out now.
There's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah.
A lot of testing, a lot of tuning,
A lot of things.
Or you just buy, people's race setups that they have.
Which is also
And-
gay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you just can't. You have to be definitely committed to it. And as you know, at Impulse Media, we have a hard time with commitment.
Yes.
yes.
Your commitment over here.
That is our C word.
Well,
Okay, Jeffrey said Joey got DQ'd at Fall Crandon for denying motor tech after the
Oh, that's
championship.
right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Riker says, who is winning a race if they had a race vehicle, Joey or Tito? Ooh.
Tito.
Me.
Tito.
You don't have confidence in yourself?
I have not even. The most I've fucking been around these vehicles is when I drove Truett's and when I drove Benny's, and I don't understand the technical terms barely at all.
Have you raced anything?
No, I
Like
fucking,
go-karts or anything?
I fucking. No, I've raced go-karts. I did go-karts at Colton Burns' track, but the technical aspect of it, and even the shifting, I wouldn't know how to do that without being taught. And Tito has been around the sport longer than I have, so I would assume that he knows more about what he's talking about.
I think you got bigger balls than
Okay,
him though.
these two are
I do,
racing.
I definitely
What
do.
are the 3 points you're giving Joey to get around the track fast? 3 biggest tips you can give Joey.
3 biggest tips.
Yeah.
What are we
Yeah, I
driving?
was just gonna say, what are we
Let's
racing?
say
What are
side
we
by
racing?
sides. Let's say side by
What kind
sides.
of
Mod.
like a sportsman? Let's start.
Sports-
like,
sports-
We'll do
side by
sportsman
side.
then.
Sportsman
side
side
by
by
side.
side.
What track are we at?
Crandon.
Crandon.
Crandon?
Long track.
No. We'll go.
Park River.
Yes.
Bark River.
Okay,
Okay,
all right. We'll go Bark
all
River.
right.
Okay. 3 biggest tips.
Yep.
Be patient.
Fuck.
That's number 1. That's number 1.
Dude, you are the king of patient, man.
Well,
Dude,
I'm
you know-
here to tell you. Have you watched Sportsman side by side?
There's a reason why he's 8-time champion.
Well, that's what I
9-time
mean.
champ.
Though. That was always my biggest thing when 2019 and earlier, right?
That's why you hated him?
Okay, well, this is where I was like, hate, right? Hated him.
Yep.
Right? And then I was like, but I gave him his flowers. I was like, he's the most patient, methodical driver I've ever seen in my life. And he's very good at getting around and doing what he does. He waits and waits and waits, and then when the time is there, bam, he hits it. And he's very methodical at what he does. And I was like, and that's why he's consistently at the top. He's a champion. The crew never faltered. And it's like his truck was always healthy. And I was like, that's why he's constantly there. And I can still hate him.
He's a fucking.
But that was always what I would say, though. I was like, you're so patient and methodical at what you did.
Well,
He gets all the fans' hopes up that are cheering against him. They're like, oh, look at him in the back of the pack, barely going around.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, 2 laps to go, and where's CJ?
10 seconds ahead.
You're like, where did this piss
I
test
get-
him?
Whatever.
Big Booty Duck says Christmas tree now.
No.
Hell no.
No.
Fucking psychopath.
Get him out! Get him out! Get him out! Get him out of here! Block him.
So that's the thing is majority of these guys, they don't ever make it to the fucking end of the race. So if you're gonna beat him, he's gonna be wadded up in a tire by like fucking lap 1 because he's trying to go balls out.
I can see you doing that
sure.
too.
For sure. So
I'll probably, I'll probably be the one that got into him.
Yeah, but I'm giving you
he's giving you tips. You know to be
giving you
patient
tips.
now.
Yeah. Be patient. This is like a one race, first race shebang, right?
Yep.
Drive in your comfort zone.
Okay.
And I don't know what the third one would be.
Listen to your spot.
That might have been it. You said be patient.
No, that was
Drive
comfort zone.
in your comfort zone.
That's two.
Those two.
We need one
And
more.
then I guess, I like Jeffrey's. Listen to your spotter. I mean, part of it would be like what the track conditions are, right?
Yep.
If it's slippery, I'm going to give you, or like they just watered it, I'm going to give you advice on where the best grip is going to be, right? If it's a perfect track, so on and so forth. But so it's kind of an open-ended question because it's hard to really put together the scenario, but that would be the biggest things. Who do you think would win between Capert and Tito? These are the two biggest egos here.
In a side-by-side race?
They're both going to think they can smoke each other.
Egos here. Look at them look at each other.
Especially going against each other, too. It's going to be on another level.
Oh, yes. It would be shit talk galore.
Yes.
Capper would get his feelings hurt and be super butthurt for a while because Tito hit him in the fields talking too much shit.
Yep.
Capper would start it. Tito would give him the 1-2 schmackaroo, how are you? And then Cap would be a little bit butthurt, and then I don't know who would win.
Yeah. If you even touched me, I'd probably just take us both out so no one could.
I could see that, too.
Yeah, me too.
If he knows he's not going to win, you're not going to finish either.
One of them's going to be dirty. 100% one of them's going to be fucking dirty.
We know exactly
One of
who
them's
it's
going to be
gonna
dirty.
It's going to be like what you say in the Pro 4 class. Whoever hits who first, then it's going to go off.
Then it's fucking one brush to the tip.
Yep. If I even see you close to me.
Exactly what I mean, man.
I'll go with Tito.
Be patient. He'll take himself
That's
out.
exactly what I mean. Yeah.
I'd go with Tito, though.
Yeah, you think so?
I would go with Tito.
Yeah, I'd say Tito.
That's a good one.
In UTVs? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah,
Yep,
UTVs.
I'm going
UTVs.
Cap.
Yes.
Cap. Oh,
Sorry, Tito.
Thank you.
You're going with Cap and UTV?
And he's a pro on this couch.
He is from Michigan and has had multiples and used to trail ride and fucking hammer the trails. So
Okay, can I change my pick?
I changed too.
just saying, I had a little intel on background info.
I didn't know this information before.
His ego went from so high to just.
I'm still damn confident in myself.
Well, even when CJ picked Capert, I was like, I might need to rethink my pick now.
Yep, this is where the ego is again. He's like, I still can beat him.
I know. I'd be
no
able to beat
This
you.
fucking
Yeah.
guy thinks he can hold it wide open through turn 1 at
I
Crandon.
know I can.
So, yeah, in first gear
See
out of
this?
110.
So flat my fucking toes curl. That's how pinned I'd be, bro.
Curling over the pedal.
Gripping it. Can I go any further
So
down?
you can pull it back when your asshole's puckered, coming in there at fucking 27 mile an hour, like
27 mile an hour.
We didn't say what gear. No.
exactly. That's for 27 mile an hour. That's first gear.
First gear prospect.
All right. What's your best pro spec impression?
I don't know. I haven't heard one.
Start from the left.
I was going to start out like that. Fuck.
That's way too. That's the chip's way too fast.
I'm sorry. Fuck me, I guess. Jeez.
Because jeez.
God, I didn't know I'd be attacked on this podcast.
Damn. That was a good one. I like that.
Go Tito.
I was gonna be like, what?
That sounds.
That's it.
That sounds like a.
Why'd you add the D in there?
Yeah.
Oh, so we said
There's a
prospect.
class get
Not my Honda in Indianapolis.
Mm.
Not the fucking fake taxi out there without an exhaust on it.
I got a question from Eon. Ian said, how stacked is it? Question for you. He goes, how stacked is the Pro 2 nowadays? And is there any possibility of you rejoining the Pro 2 class?
I think Pro 2's pretty stacked right now. And, well, obviously, I don't know if Mickey is leaving, but I know he's running Pro 4. I was actually at Mikey's shop today. He's working on some UTV headers for us, being that he's got Hoovel headers. Mikey Van den Hoovel's the header guy. So
So if you need headers,
hit up Mikey.
What if you need head? I mean,
Never mind. Go to Amsterdam.
forgot where I was.
And
for a
Mickey
second.
was there anyways working on his Pro 4. So that is a for sure thing. But no, I unless something changed with the rules right now, it's a limited engine manufacturer, and Toyota's not involved, so that counts me out.
I have a question for you, CJ. There's only been one class you haven't won a championship in. Would you ever go back?
Could you go
Pro
back?
Light?
Yeah, just say that you won a championship in every single class.
No, Pro Light when I was in it was 30 trucks deep, and a lot of politics involved, to say it the least. I specifically remember a car getting disqualified and the owner of the series going over there and firing all the people that disqualified them, and next thing you know, they were no longer disqualified.
Mike Jenkins would never do that.
Oh, you got to call them out like that.
This is live. You can't call that out. Of course I would.
So
My
and there
goodness.
was
I'll say it.
There was
Shit.
other vehicles that we had pretty good intel on that had Nissan sponsorships, that the engine had to get sent to Nissan to get valve covers bolted on it. And they were happenly to be really, really fast, and it was guys that maybe weren't as fast prior years, and then also when the valve covers went away, were not as fast again after those years. So that class, while we were in it, was a lot of politics, to say the
fucking
least.
dirty, is what it sounds like.
It was fucking ass.
Yeah.
100% it was ass.
What's,
dirty ass.
What's
It
a
was
sh-
just
What's a shame about it too is that there was a lot of talent in that class too.
100%, yeah.
If you go back and you watch from the time that he was in it,
And Keegan was at the same time.
the amount of talent in that class was almost equivalent to the year that we did Rush 2. Like there was like CJ, Keegan, both Kyle and Cody Kleiman in it, Jarrett Brooks, Doug
Dougie.
Mateg.
Yeah.
Brad Lovell was still a very good
Yeah.
driver.
And then you had Andrew Cadell.
Andrew Cadell, who was I think just the previous like Pro Light champion.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just 8
And
guys
then you
right
had
now.
the
that can
other
name- yeah.
the other Traxxas guy, the European guy,
Sam Hubinetti.
Samuel Hubinet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another one.
That guy.
And then you had your favorite Matt Wood. Or no, what was his
No,
name?
Matt Wood.
Not Matt Wood. There was another guy, Matt something.
Cook?
Matt
Wait.
Cook.
Was it the Ethica truck?
Yeah, number 55.
Yep. I don't know if it was Matt Cook, but it was a Cook. For
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, there was a lot of them in it, but it was very politician driven.
Dude, Casey Curry would show up at like Fall Crandon. Ryan Beat would show up at Fall Crandon and in the Pro Light. So it was
Stacked.
And,
ridiculous.
And to like go off another thing, like what was the best 3-4 years in like everyone's point of view? Like what was your favorite 3-4 years to watch racing? And
I would say mine, like if you're going to say 3-4 years, kind of has a gap in it. Mm-hmm. The last couple years of Pro 2, like the last 2 years of Pro 2 with Keegan and some of them guys when it was open tire, open motor, was really fun and was a lot of fucking good racing, like really good racing. And then I would skip to some of the years, the last few years in Pro 4, honestly, have been, I thought, pretty good. There's been kind of a wave in it, but when Kyle was in his prime and his truck was good and my truck was good, we had some of the most epic races still to date that year. And then including last year, there was a lot of good races as well.
so you go pretty recent for the best racing.
Huh?
Pretty recently, not going back like
Yeah.
2010,
Well,
like 2005 to 2009 or something in there.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I mean, Pro Light was stacked, but that didn't mean the racing was that
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It was stacked, but it was so much bullshit that happened in all those years that legit there was always a title sponsor that had a truck or two in that class that were hands down just fucking. It's like LS is now when that one guy has 100% throttle. You know right away. You know right away when they go out there because they're only supposed to be at like 65 or whatever, LS Pro Light class. And like when we were at Wheatland and I raced that one a couple years back and Kaden Baker showed up and he fucking smoked us all in like practice and qualifying. and then they plug in and he's at 100%. It's like, dude, this kid's never raced a fucking truck in his life. Just got it and is blitzing all of us, and then they turn him back down to what everyone else is at, and like
It's because he's a fucking magician, dude.
Yeah.
so.
Get him out of here.
Get him out.
Anyways, I would say I loved Pro 2, honestly, when it was open motor and open tire. I thought that was some of the best racing you're ever going to get. You got multiple compounds. You got people picking what tire is going to be good in the beginning, what tire is going to be good at the end, if you can make your tires last. The tracks, to me, were better then. They didn't have all the clay, and they actually worked on them and brought the dirt back on, and we had a good cushion. And, like, right now, majority of the tracks we go to, the cushion ain't, unless it rained all week, the cushion's fucking fairy dust for the most part these days because it's way less maintenance. A lot more clay. So the tracks were better then, and I just had a lot of fun in it. They were a fucking sick truck, and it was like a ballerina dance, and they were still fast, and Keegan and I had great battles, and that would be some of the top of them.
Yeah, so for me personally, yeah, I would say 2013 or 14 to about 2016. I think was probably because then once they started to go away, like you said, from like the Pro 2 big motor, which I mean, again, unfortunately, it happens, but about that time period, I think was absolutely incredible as far as like racing goes. I mean, and that's just me personally because you still had some of that leftover money from like torque. Right. And then 2016, I think, was the very first year that they did that the Red Bull. The Red Bull Cup, I think. Or it had been like that fall Crandon, and again, this is why I say personally 2016 because that was the year that Keegan won in his Pro 2, and he won that, and I blacked out that night. So.
I got an intel comment on the side saying from, you guys know LSX Matt, works on my UTV, bigger guy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He said I'll squat both of those brownies, line them up.
Like one on each shoulder, or
Yeah. No, he saved me when CJ was yelling at me, so I agree with that.
Yep, dude, he does that though, right? Where he'll just yell at you.
Yeah,
like
just out of nowhere. Just
like you don't
Tito,
even know.
Peer
or Jeffrey,
frustration.
do we only have one person watching
what do you mean?
on there? Chum said, "Why am I the only one watching?"
We have 51 watching.
Totally.
Yeah, what the
Chum's
fuck?
off.
Oh wait, time out. That was at 7:05.
Never mind. Sorry. I was about to say, get him out of here.
Boot him.
I have a question for Joey.
Okay.
And I think I had this conversation with him already, but Joey popped out of nowhere, essentially, and kind of like.
Oh no, he definitely popped out of somewhere.
Yeah, but
Probably similar places, all of us.
yeah,
but,
but kind of like Tito, became a voice
personality.
and a personality of the sport. So I guess my question for Joey is like, how would you get into the sport?
Well, that's
Wait, can I bounce off that quick?
Go ahead.
Can you give us a rundown of like how many years have you been watching it before you became a personality?
that's what I mean.
Kinda
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I mean.
I'll go into all of it.
Like
So
start from the beginning.
Yeah.
From
So
1992 or 2002 when you were
how
born.
old do you think I am, dude?
Bro, how old were you when 9/11 happened?
Yeah.
I wasn't born, dude. I was a son of my daddy's ball sack.
Wait, what time is it?
Oh,
Nah, not even.
I almost got
you almost got me.
So I've been friends with the Delzers. I've been friends with Josh mainly since fucking preschool, and we kind of grew apart. We were put in different classes, and we just didn't talk as much. But then after high school, we got closer again. And then in 2022, he asked me if I wanted to go to the races with him, and he kind of like described it to me, and I was like, I don't really fuck with racing, but he told me about like the party.
Fuck with it.
Stupid.
Fucking oh, I almost
Who's in Paris?
Sorry.
minorities. No,
Brothers.
Bam. Anyway, so but he told me about the party aspect of it, and I was like, oh, okay. And then so I came to Crandon, spring Crandon in 2022, and kind of just enjoyed like the festivities of it, but then also like started to get into the racing, and then we went to Dirt City, which was at the time where I was living was like 10 minutes away from my house, so it was
It's all in 2022.
yes. And so that kind of started because then I went to Spring Crandon, Dirt City, Fall Crandon, and that kind of got me into the sport. And I
Did you
started
get drunk at all of them?
Yes. Well, no, not Dirt City, actually. I didn't get drunk at Dirt City, but I got
That
drunk
time.
at Spring Crandon and Fall Crandon. And then last year, I started to kind of, I like to talk to people. So I started to get to know more people. I got to know Tito and Jeffrey and my delicious Lyle. And started talking to those guys. And then I just kind of took a break from social media, cut it all off, and then came back for 2024. The 2024 season, just kind of expecting to be a spectator. Jacob had been doing the camera work since last year, and Josh had been running the Core Wisconsin page for however long he had it, but I wasn't really involved within like the sport at all. And Josh did something different with his content. He posted me a lot, and people started talking about it, and then I kind of talked with Josh and Jacob, like, okay, so people are talking about this. Maybe I should create an Instagram page, and maybe we kind of do stuff together in terms of like content and stuff. And then that led to the interview idea, which I wanted to do an interview where it wasn't professionally produced in any aspect. It wasn't
Like behind the scenes with Creighton King.
yeah, it wasn't PG. It was raw, unfiltered, interviews. And so I asked your dad, I asked Joey Machosik, I asked Machosik, I asked who the fuck else did I ask? I asked Gray Ledbetter, I asked Kyle Greaves, and I asked Johnny Holcher. And I think I'm missing one, but it's fine. Oh, and VDE. I just threw it out there and asked. I was like, "Hey, would you guys be okay if I, interviewed you guys 3 minutes, because I didn't want it to be like a long, dragged out thing either."
Right.
So I just asked them, and they said, "Yeah," and it's just kind of taken off. And then I started to kind of think about what else I could do. So I started making memes. I started doing the hot take hotline, just different things that I could do to get like people talking and people interact with what I was doing.
What's a hot take hotline?
Well, basically, I just post on my story like a question sticker. Like usually during the race season, it's more effective because posting it like right after or right before a race weekend, and just post a question sticker on my story, and then people swipe up and say whatever they want to say, and I post it and react to it. And
So it's questions that they ask that
could be
you respond to.
questions, hot takes, anything really.
So I got a question, kind of just for the room. When do you think I first met Joey Moss?
When do I think?
I don't even know if you, I don't know if you
Joey
remember.
Moss?
Don't say if you remember. When do you think I first met Joey Moss?
Probably drunk in 2022.
When do you think, Jeffrey?
2023. Lena.
Same answer.
Oh yeah, you both are a little bigger, probably drunk on the hill. Oh, there's another big guy.
You guys are right.
Huh?
I met you fall of 2022.
Really?
I'll have to get my old phone, but I don't know if you remember or not. But we were at
Probably
the
not.
pavilion. We were at the pavilion, and I remember you coming up, and I think arriving up, and you were in a shirt, and you had yourself on the shirt, and you were fucking hammered, and I think we were like talking something. And I was like, oh, if I give you 2 cans of beer.
This is 2023, by the way.
Was it 23?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes, it was.
Really?
Yes, it was. Because that shirt that you're talking about
Yeah.
Didn't exist
that was,
in 22.
Yeah, that was made after 2022 because the pictures on that shirt are from 22.
Okay, damn. Well, I guess I was drunk 23 too.
And then, which would make the first time you met me in Lena. So
Yeah.
Lyle
which
and
actually I was
Jeffrey were right.
I was pretty hammered that time
Yeah,
too.
that's true. Yeah, you were
Because you guys were talking like you guys knew
Yeah,
each other. I was like, who?
and
I was
making
like,
bets and
yeah, I was like,
everything,
who's
too.
that guy? He's like, I have no idea.
Because I remember that Sunday, Joey coming over and be like, "Bitch, you owe me this much," and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Like, what the fuck?"
Yeah,
Looks like Tito.
I was like, all right.
looks like Tito. Yeah,
He
fucking
looks like Tito.
long lost son.
So I got a question for like everyone that's been going to all the races for a while, because people ask me that I've never been to a race before. Like, what's the best thing to do after the races? Like, what's the most like
Like at night or the
memorable
next day
thing
or what?
At night, the most memorable thing you
During
can
the
think
race
of.
weekend.
Yes.
What day?
What's
I guess what weekend?
Well, what day? Fucking
Fall
Sunday,
Crandon.
go home.
Fall
Fucking
Crandon
Thursday,
Saturday.
absolutely nothing. Fall Crandon Saturday, the best thing to do.
Slip and slide.
No.
Jurassic
No.
Park.
That's went downhill since then.
Yeah, I don't know
it?
that.
Ever
It's
since,
just it's hard to. It's like so hit or miss now.
Well,
I
Saturday
would
night
say-
they have Ultra 4s.
Yeah, I would say the number one thing is usually you hit the Ultra 4, you watch that, then you go to the newly Lunderville Steel. What do they call that in the back there?
The saloon?
The saloon.
I've not been there yet.
Dude, the saloon
never been to
kicks
the
ass.
saloon?
No, I'm
The
usually
saloon
working.
kicks ass.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do shit there, I guess.
So the saloon's
I wish I
like
could
your
go.
kickoff party.
Got
To
food
me,
there.
they got
too.
food, they got drinks,
Games.
They usually have sometimes they have a band, pretty good. And then I think from there you go to the barn. The barn's usually popping, but the
Yeah.
barn's usually fucking hotter than two rats fucking in a wool sock.
Yeah.
Couldn't
like-
put it better myself.
Yeah, so that's the downfall to the barn. And then if you really want to have a time, you fucking get on the shuttle and you go downtown until 2 a.m. because it gets fun down there. I think the barn stops at like midnight. You go to like Lunderville from 9 to 10:30, 11. Then you go spend an hour or two at the end of the band when everyone's fucking ripped.
Yep.
And that's the most fun. And then you get on that fucking shuttle and you go
Sleep
downtown.
start flying.
You know, and I might catch some flack for this because I know the owner of Night Owl. I'm not a big fan of like live bands in that bar, just because
I wish they had a DJ.
I feel like it doesn't.
Yeah.
The sound doesn't sound as good.
Some of the most fun I've ever had, though, at Crandon is karaoke nights at the Night Owl.
Yeah. So
Karaoke's fun.
like if there's a DJ or like karaoke, but I think a DJ on Sunday night, like taking any and all like good requests. If somebody's like, "Hey man, throw on some, Backstreet Boys," and then
Brightside.
you Mr. Brightside.
Oh,
yeah, I agree.
I didn't
I
think you
agree.
guys would know about that. That's a white guy song.
That's why we know it is. Dude, every time, man, it
They're
comes
just
on.
burnt, bro.
A little crispy around the edges.
Fucking
Every time, man, it's like it'll come on. I remember we were at
All
a
right,
wedding. We were at a wedding, and it was me, my sister, and my buddy Alex. The song came on, and all the whites ran out to the to the
It's like we're like a
ran out,
Like we're a fucking bunch of rats.
ran out to the dance floor, and we just like looked at each other. I was like, I don't get it. And like me neither. Like I don't get it, man.
Dude, it's Mr. Brightside.
I mean, hey, it's cool. Like I'm glad you guys have
Would
that.
you hear that?
Wait, what song was that when we were leaving at London?
Dancing Queen.
Dancing
Oh,
Queen. I
that's-
don't get the hype on Dancing Queen.
Dog.
Ooh,
Dogs.
that's interesting.
That's where all the Browns are on, I guess.
My mom loves that song.
Dancing Queen's a good song.
It is a good song.
Okay. Well, that's my take on Crandon. Anybody else?
Any other?
No. Anybody else
questions?
got?
I just like fucking walking around, talking to people and shit. Like that's the best part is like because everybody's fucking shoved in like sardines in the campground and shit. I mean, I get a hotel because I'm better than everybody else, but
That's not even fun.
no, it is actually because you get to sleep in a bed and you get a shower and you get fucking
Yeah, but you have to get back to the hotel.
yeah. That can be worked around. You can figure that out and be a big boy and figure that out. But
Be a big boy.
Legally or
Well,
questionably.
it depends on the,
If you know,
the
you know.
situation. Yeah.
If you know, you know.
yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, just
Windmill.
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 You know, you know.
If you know, you know.
if you know, you know. If fuck now I forgot what I was talking. Oh yeah,
You didn't
just,
even know, bro. You weren't there. Don't fucking say that.
Yeah.
I
Did
can
you
say
know?
whatever the fuck I want, dude. I can pretend like I'm in on the joke. They're not gonna fucking know. I have
See?
no idea what they're talking about.
If you know, you know. He didn't know.
I didn't know.
You know. Pit
I
bike
don't know.
burnouts.
Pit bike
Max said-
burnouts?
Ooh.
Max
Dude.
said pit bike burnouts.
Dude,
Right here.
digging holes, brother. Digging holes. Leaving our mark.
Don't taste too good.
JD says, how much money did Joey lose to the magician? Kenny Baker?
Oh my god, dude! Fucking, I don't know who all like experienced the Kane and Baker experience.
Yeah, he made like $400.
He made fucking more than that. He told me 800.
Damn. Almost had to
And it's
report that
just
to the
simple
IRS.
fucking card tricks too. That's what and he fucking So here's what happened.
So how much money did you lose?
How much did you lose?
How much did I lose? I was 120, I think.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, he fucking bent me over, dude. But no, here's what he does, okay? Here's what he does. He reels you in, right? So we were walking around. It was either Thursday or Friday, and it had to have been Thursday. And we walk up, and because he was right on the end there, his fucking pit was, and we kind of walked up and said hi. I met him in Bark River. So we went up and said hi, and then fucking immediately he was like, "You guys want something to eat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, shit." So they had fucking enchiladas. So I was fucking smacking an enchilada. He's like, "You want to see a magic trick?" What? Why are you making that face?
Kanan Baker making you enchiladas?
He didn't make the enchilada. Let's be real here.
Who made the enchiladas?
Probably one of his parents.
Why are you mad? Because you didn't get any?
Ain't no, but I ain't.
Because he's white.
I really wanted an enchilada.
It's that reverse racism, dude.
It might be. It probably is a little bit, man. If a white mom's like, "Hey, you want enchiladas?" I'm like,
They were
probably
good.
pass.
They were good.
You know what I mean? If she's like, "Hey, you want some hot dogs?" Sure. You know, moms can make hot dogs. You know what I mean? But I ain't
Tater tot casserole.
dog. Like the green bean casserole, tater tot casserole, all ground potatoes, dude. I'll have a white mom make those. But if she's like, "Hey, you want some enchiladas?" No.
All
Sorry.
right. Wow. Anyway,
that's why I made the face.
Okay, I brought that on myself. But no, so he wines and dines you basically, right? Because he gave me a Dr. Pepper too.
Oh.
And so he already had me fucking locked in, right? And then he's like, "You want to see a magic trick?" And he does like 3/4 of the trick without even mentioning a bet. And then he fucking lures you into a false sense of security, right? With one of his tricks. And you think like, "Oh my God, I have to bet on this. This is an easy win." And then he fucks you.
Sounds like a really bad date.
I don't know what kind of dates you go on, Cap, but
we're all looking at him like, "What the fuck?" No, and then
turn his fucking thing on. So anyways, so you're getting fucked.
Yeah.
Well, you choking on it or what?
Hard.
Oh.
So hard he's choking.
And then he does a different trick, and I'm like, "I'm gonna get him fucking this time, right?" He's gonna fuck up once, not really understanding that the whole point.
You think that he doesn't know how to do these magic tricks that he's asking to bet on?
I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
He's like, "I got swindled so hard, I don't want to talk about it no more."
It's kind of embarrassing. Actually, fuck you, JD, for bringing that up in the first place.
Wow.
Deep-rooted fucking trauma right there.
Oh, that's funny.
Well,
God, we are fucking so boring right now, aren't we?
no, we're just impressed by your story there.
Yes.
I think you guys are full of shit. I think you guys are making fun of me subliminally right now.
I'm trying to think of like good personal questions to ask these two before we wrap it up. Because I know that like, what are the chances we're gonna have these two on again? So I kind of want to be able to
it's
get
pretty.
them.
It's pretty.
I want to kind of milk this thing for what it's worth.
What?
So, how about this?
Who's gonna outdrink who?
Between me and him?
Yep.
He'll outdrink me. I'm not a heavy drinker.
Neither am I.
Okay, who can get more high than the other one?
Mom, Dad, if you're watching, you didn't see that. Yeah, I probably got him beaten. I greened out on Friday, though.
My guy said greened out.
What does that mean?
I don't know. My brother told me about it. I shouldn't say that on live, actually.
I'll take that back.
Exactly what we were trying to get into.
Redact.
Yeah.
Control out
Stop
delete.
talking about weed right now.
Weren't they gummies?
THC gummies.
Yeah, I know. But at least you weren't fucking just.
They from Michigan, yeah. Just see him ripping bowls and fucking.
The water's bubbling in the
Yeah, right. Hey, what's up, dude? What's going on?
I get on the mic as I'm doing it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So do you remember coming on the live show?
I remember pretty much the whole night. It's just it was all so slow.
Maybe you remembered better that way.
Yeah.
Who do you think's been slapped by more women?
Oh, definitely. Cap.
Capper.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely Cap.
Joey Moss, have you ever been slapped by a woman?
Does my mom count?
No.
No, then no.
Shit.
Have you ever had a girlfriend?
What's that?
Have you ever had a
I
girlfriend?
have not. No.
What?
You lie.
What's your Snapchat score?
I just re-downloaded it. Because I had it originally, deleted it, and then I got a new one.
Yeah, I remember this.
What's it
Why'd you
at right
delete
now?
it?
What's that?
Why'd you delete it?
I just didn't find the use for it at the time, and I
What?
I wasn't fucking.
Fucking
He
literally.
wasn't fucking.
That's basically what it was. Yeah.
Right.
So I
right.
fucking deleted it, but when I deleted it, it was like 250,000, I think. Something
Cat,
around
what's
there.
your Snapchat score?
I think like 320.
Let's
And I've
look
had
up-
it since I was 16. Or
That's
it-
not your
look
phone,
it up.
brother.
where's my
Look it up.
Look it up.
I have a hard time believing his snap score is that low.
Caps.
mine? It's really not that high. I've had this forever.
It'll tell you how long you've had it too at the bottom.
339.
339,000.
And I've had it since 2012. So I was 12 years old when I had it.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Explains a lot, actually.
How many matches do you have on Tinder?
I don't have Tinder.
Why? Tell us why.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah,
Did you
why?
get banned?
I can't remember where we got banned from. We were, we were gonna head to. I was gonna download it before the trip to New Zealand. We were in the airport, and it kind of ruined the first 6 hours of the trip because I was so excited to be like, let's see what New Zealand's got. And then CJ downloaded it. I was like, oh, he's showing me them. I'm like, oh, these are great. And I went to download mine. It says permanently banned, and I went, shit. Who did I piss off this time?
Permanently
True story.
banned?
Really?
True story.
So
How do you get
He even,
banned?
he even tried to. What do they say?
It said I was I went and I
He tried to claim it or
yeah,
like.
I was like, I asked,
dispute it.
I
He tried to
emailed them. I'm
dispute
like,
it.
why did you delete me? They're like, because you reported for fake user. And I'm like, if I was gonna fake using someone, I definitely would fucking use myself. Like, dude, I can think of fucking 30 people that I'd just be like, I'm gonna use them
Well,
instead.
didn't it say at first? It said reported for vulgar language.
Yeah.
And then
I can see that.
I could see that too.
Yeah.
And then he asked
one's
another
surprised.
question, and then it said the fake user part.
Yeah, you just kind of, I don't know.
It was there, and then it wasn't. It's
You're,
really-
you're perma-banned?
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
it's probably for the best. I hate to say it, but you know.
yeah, permaban.
Damn.
Wow.
What about like Hinge?
Oh yeah, that one's still running.
Yeah, I'm not banned off any of the other ones.
So how many matches you got on Hinge?
None right now.
That's a lie. Look at the faces just slowly turning red.
How many you got?
Brother.
Hang on, Cap.
Yeah.
Get them out.
Get him out.
Get 'em.
Get him out.
So how many you got?
I answered.
Come on, bring it up. Okay, do you think over, under 25?
Oh,
Under.
Like lifetime?
Right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Lifetime?
No, right now.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
now.
right
This
now.
second.
Right
This
now?
second.
On Hinge.
Right now, I literally do not have a single match. I have 4
Well,
in the
'cause you
white column.
'cause you
and then I
match
don't have
with all of them.
No, I don't have any of the
And you pissed
messages
all of
right
them
now.
off.
Not yet. Probably will.
All right, what about lifetime?
Like lifetime on Hinge or Tinder? Because Tinder, I deserve a fucking medal for that one. I think I had like 4,500 at the end of before I got banned. It was a sad day.
But it was literally like every drink.
I mean,
Well, do you have? You obviously have like. Do you have like premium or whatever the fuck it is? Or,
Oh, yeah, I'm not a peasant. Why would I? You got to swipe if you don't got it. If you got premium, then you can just wait and see what likes you.
Well, and then when it
Jesus.
gets like we said,
See
as the
what
drinks
likes
go
you.
on, it just infinity likes.
Yeah, and I'm not the only one that does the quick swipe. Everyone you've done
dude.
it. It's so much fun.
Even better yet, you go to the bar,
I
they
fe-
get messed up, and then you give it to someone else, and then they do it
Yeah.
for you.
In Saddle, when I first started coming down to Green Bay, we literally airplayed my Tinder up on the
Yeah.
screen, and and everyone in the bar was going, "No, yes,
That's
no."
sick.
And there was a girl in
That's
the
sick.
bar that liked me on Tinder, and everyone was like, "No," and then it was like match denied, and then she was right there. I've never felt so bad for someone in my life. I'm like, oh my.
I would have looked at her and been like,
in a sense, you kind of fumbled in Black Saddle.
I fumble all the time.
That is also
so,
true.
So do you think though Black Saddle's just notorious for fumbles?
No,
No.
I mean, now
Just
we don't
for you,
go,
Tito.
We don't go there as much anymore, so maybe that's why I don't like it. Like back 3-4 years ago,
The crowd was
the crowd was better. I
different,
think
and-
it was
yeah.
like a different kind of crowd. It wasn't.
It was better.
Yeah.
Have you ever fumbled at Black Saddle?
No, I don't think
Like
I.
where an opportunity's there, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, I know, but I don't really play.
No, he plays, but he's got so many juggling at once that it's just like, if he's got like 9 balls in the air, if one hits the ground, he's like,
9 was cool.
kicking under the couch. It's like the ice cube that misses the cup. You kick it under the fridge.
Look at
Jeffrey.
What did you gotta get it before it melts?
No, I said you just let that one melt. The best ever is this is a good couple of years ago, for sure. Like when we first started hanging out and going to the saddle and whatever, we used to say Kepper would scratch the bottom of the barrel when we were walking out the door. Like this is back, like I said, a couple years ago.
Yeah, there was a good-
first started coming down to Green Bay. And that's when the greasy trees and
I'm from
HIV
the UP,
started.
okay? My school I was the biggest class to go through Bark River, and I had 52 kids, and 29 of them were dudes, and the other, however many left are, I was related to a couple. My buddies were. It's like there's not much in the UP, so I came down here, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Smorgasbord, essentially.
oh
Yeah.
it's a charcuterie board.
Have you been to Saddle, Joe?
I have not. No.
You have not?
No.
Okay, so if you ever get the chance, though,
It's a good time.
yeah,
Good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. Just try not to, fumble it.
No fumbles.
No fumbles.
If you know, you know. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What
Well,
about
haven't you
Lyle?
listened to any of the podcasts?
What?
We told about
Have I
the
ever
whole
been to
story
Saddle
of
and
them.
Fumbled?
Yes.
No, I have not.
Lyle doesn't fumble, guys. Let's be honest.
Hey,
here.
Jeffrey, have you been to the Saddle and Fumble?
I've been to the saddle.
Yeah. Have you fumbled?
If you guys want to try to air me out here, shooting shots back.
Yeah. We're trying to air it all out. Come on, Jeffrey.
You listen to the other podcast, right?
So, what's the answer?
I didn't hear it. I
Yeah,
want
what's
to
the
hear it.
answer?
What's the answer?
Yes, I fumbled. You guys. Why are you bringing this up, Tito?
Because
Huh?
I am jealous of that opportunity, and I wish I could have had that opportunity.
You think you would have done better with that opportunity?
Oh, you're goddamn right. I could have.
Yeah, she was.
Tito's a Mr. Steal Your Girl, though.
No, Tito was letting me have this one.
No, but Tito's real good at being like, oh, if you should treat her better. Always throw it.
Tito's that guy in her DMs, like this dude treats you like shit.
Like,
Just think I could treat
if
you
you
better.
like go to the bathroom, all of a sudden Tito will come back. He'll be there, be like, oh, I treat you so much better.
Yeah.
He plays a long game.
That's what this guy's gonna do,
Yeah.
How's it working out right now, Tito?
It's not.
Wow. What do you mean? That situationship is right back.
It is not. I have
It's
not.
gone again?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Right. I'm on day 5. Okay, of this November journey.
Of this November thing.
Of this November journey that I'm on. So.
Yeah, what is
What
it?
is it? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, no nut November.
What's that mean?
So that means no.
Ejaculation.
Sexual
No
intercourse?
arriving.
Yes, no arriving.
No arriving.
At all.
At all.
Over anything.
And
Self-do, nothing?
like self-induced.
Yes, correct.
Oh wow, you can't even arrive by yourself.
Can't fucking arrive at all. You got to stay where you are.
What's over under?
He claimed he went 21 days
21 days one
before.
One time.
One time.
One
One time.
time at band camp.
Before that, it was 16 days.
I
must
told
have
him
been
2
Okay,
weeks.
so what's the over under?
Over under has got to be.
Will you be honest about it?
Yes.
Yes, will you be?
I give him one more week.
So
So many days is that?
what do you?
14 days.
14 days?
Over under 14?
Yep.
Can we like? Is there a way to like? If
I'm gonna give him 22.
Oh, you think
You
he'll
know
just,
what?
he'll
Time
just
out.
get over? Oh, Johnny.
Time out. We need to. No one say anything else. We're not gonna say it. We're gonna write them down,
Okay.
and then every week we're gonna ask if it's still true, and then we're gonna show him our guesses afterwards, because he can't alter the results.
Okay. I like that. I like
I'm down
that.
for that.
Fair enough.
Yes.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, chat. What do you think? Overall.
Chat, what do you guys think? What do you think? Chat.
Brian says Uncle Lyle giving Thomas vibes.
Thomas vibes.
What else we got? Rapper. I don't know.
I think that might.
Racing. No race.
Yeah.
What? Hang on. I got a couple more. What is the most entertaining racing you feel like you've ever been to in person?
You want to go first?
You can.
I can?
Yeah.
Well, that's very nice of you.
Any racing.
Any racing, any form, and why?
I've never been into racing. My grandpa watched NASCAR all the time. I thought it was boring. And I was just a little kid, so I never really got into racing until the Dells was introduced me to it. So if I had to kind of like get a little more into it and say like what class I would say is the most exciting to watch, it's obviously like Pro 4, Pro 2.
But I'm saying any form. Have you only ever went to a short course race?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, well, you're fucking relevant. Get him out.
Get him out.
I gotta piss anyway, so.
Get him out.
Well, hey, just hold on. We're gonna be done here in a second.
God, fucking hurry.
Like, I hate to say it, but I think short course. Like, I've been to like rally. I've seen NASCAR race before. I've been to boat races. I've been like even like downhill snowboarding is a race like Bumgarner does, and that's like really fun to watch. Or the Red Bull
Ooh,
ice hockey
ski jumping.
Yeah.
Went to the ski jumps,
Like all that, like
dirt tracks.
I think they all have their own, but like as a total, like as a whole package, you can't beat going to short course because you get like banging, you get high speed race, you get jumps, which a lot of these, like you don't see a lot of people flying down a track at 90 miles per hour, hit a jump sideways in the air, land and throw
Yeah,
up
for
dirt
sure.
and roost, and then the next lap you can see them roll 10 times down the straightaway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of hard to beat the excitement for how many races you get to see in one day at short course.
Okay, what if you could give all the tracks as a combined one piece of advice that would help get people there? What would it be?
I think it's straight up just more marketing. Like, I think that the way the Champ markets.
They don't.
Exactly. But if like even just like the week before the races, they start doing we're back here this week, or we're doing this week. Not only is it very like fucking just basic vanilla shit, it's also there's no draw, there's no hook, there's no like when you scroll on Instagram and you look through reels, for example, if a reel catches your eye, it's because it's either immediately entertaining or immediately you gain knowledge from it. And when you see a post from Champ, and I don't know like the inner workings of the social media team like you guys probably do, but when you see a post from Champ, what?
No, keep going.
Go.
When you see a post from Champ, it's usually just a very basic thing, and I think like even when you guys do your videos, like for when you're working for a track, like for Bark River, you do a video, immediately you're hooked. Because there's a fucking a draw to it, you know what I mean? Whether it's the imagery or the music or whatever, you're immediately drawn to it. So if you want to get more people to come to arrive to the track and to arrive to the races and watch these races, you have to market it towards them. It can't just be like a fucking newspaper ad, like, hey, we're doing this weekend. Come out if you want. You got to make them want to come. Arrive.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah.
I got like two.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna you go, and then I'm gonna rephrase it a little bit for you. I liked your answer, but I'd like to further go first.
So the security in the last 3-4 years has been just got too much at nighttime. I get they do it for safety, but a lot of people go to these races just to party. I hate to say it, but like Fall Crandon, the back, half those people don't even make it up to watch the races. Yeah. But they still bring in money for the track.
I will say Crandon's got a little less. You can drive a golf cart or a UTV back there now.
But like 5-6 years ago, they're shutting them down by like midnight, 1 in the back by Jurassic, when that used to go until 4 or 5 a.m.
Right.
And that used to bring in so many more people. And then another thing is like, the track can't really do it, but like when Monster used to have the Monster Girls there, and Red Bull used to have their own thing there, and it was like giving away free stuff and like stuff like that. That got
Interaction.
More,
Interaction.
That got more people to come out.
Interaction activity.
Yes.
Yeah, that got more people
Or
to come out.
activation. Sorry.
So
Interaction.
activation, yeah.
Activation.
Those are the two things I think they could do to really.
Yeah, because even Dirty Plum here says that Fall Crandon Sunday is awful. 40 to 60 minute wait time between races. So like there's no
Entertainment.
entertainment
No in between
races.
show.
It's
Yeah.
just the same ads playing on the screen.
Yeah.
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 I mean, for
And
crying
really
out
nothing
loud.
you can go do.
Yeah, 'cause
Right?
even
There's nothing else going on.
Even in Supercross, I've seen them blow up a big airbag and do freestyle off of it
Right.
in between races that they have there, and then take it all down, and then
Yeah,
You know,
and they
it
got
was
people
only a-
running up and down doing like games or Stasic rides,
Yep.
Yeah,
races, or
yeah.
just something to
Yeah,
watch,
'cause
right?
well, that's what it is too. Because you go to, well, like I said, I mean, obviously, Supercross and motocross is a livelihood for myself. Riker said, "Check your phone, Joey." But
Fucking idiot.
but they have entertainment, like you said,
Yep.
Stasic. They have BMX there. They have free giveaways.
Yeah,
walk
like-
through the pits, and I think the biggest thing is, what if we tried like times for autographs even. Like where we have a
You need a break in the schedule to do it.
Oh, okay.
Well, no,
You know what I mean?
Like, I'm
Because-
not even talking about like the autograph part. Like Bark River used to have like a Monster Energy trailer up top that you could like win things from. You could get free Monster. You could hang
Activation.
out.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's what
Yeah,
it's considered
yeah,
in
yeah.
today's world.
Yeah.
Any manufacturer is
Yeah.
called
Yeah.
activation. All right, to rephrase it a little bit, that was good. What could you? And it's going to be kind of along the same lines as he said, as Kappert said, but what can a track do? Any of them, in specific to their location, as far as like feet on the ground things to do.
Okay, I see.
You know
what
what I
you're
mean?
saying.
Like,
yeah.
like bring a fucking Ferris wheel, or
Yeah,
bring
I
like
got you.
fucking
I get what you're
you know what I
saying.
mean? Like,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
to give you an example,
The Crane and I.
141. You ask any the Crandon High. You ask any dirt track racer, what's the best track to go to? They say 141, and you ask them why? Because it has a bar. It's not necessarily the like best answer, but and it's for older people, whatever. But they have a bar, and it plays the races on it inside. It has pool tables, it has dart boards. You can order food in it. It has gambling things. They all say that because you can go there and you can do a little bit of everything, right? You can look out the window, watch racing. You can order a fucking pizza. You can play a slot machine, all at the track. You have things to do. So what can a track do, or someone that was listening that may be involved with a track, that you think would make it more pleasant while you're there, or would get a family or somebody that's not involved with racing to go there and be entertained the whole time?
Well, I mean, I think if you want
It's a pretty
to,
open-ended question.
it
but
is. It is. I think if you
There's a
want
million answers, but
to cater to like a family aspect, get a playground there. Get a fucking, swing set, monkey bars, slide. Because the kids aren't there to watch the fucking racing, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they might think the engines are cool, but you see all the kids running around with the fucking Trey Gibbs flags in front of you, and you
Playing
know,
football down
Yeah,
there, and
rolling
shit
on the
like that.
grass.
Yeah. So, like, if you give these kids something to do, and then the parents can, like, even if it's like, a playground
between races.
yeah, you know what I mean. Give them something to, because the kids
bounce house.
Yeah, and like so, entertainment for kids would be good, and I think if you got to find a way, and this obviously is a champ thing as well, but you got to find a way to make the wait times in between races, like you said,
Yeah.
smaller.
Well, not even that. It's just like
Or something to watch that
Yeah,
makes it
yeah.
feel
Yeah.
smaller.
Yeah.
I know some people that won't go because it's like so many side-by-side races in a row, and they are there for the big bad trucks. You know what I mean? Or like they're there for the pro classes, and they don't want to spend that money just go to watch them. So it's like if they could do something before that would keep them entertained, to give it a little bit more value, so many more people I feel like would come out instead of just watching it on TV.
I think
Right.
I think to add on to that, like the presentation of the product overall, and again, this kind of draws back to the champ thing, but like if you make it feel like a bigger deal to be there, you know what I mean?
agree.
Which like Brent and Shane, they do a decent job of being like, hey, if you guys haven't been out here, you got to get out here. But if you make it feel like you're missing out big time if you're
FOMO.
not there, exactly.
Yep.
And that comes back to the marketing thing I said earlier too. But you got to make it feel like it's a big fucking deal to be there.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think too that would. This is one along those same lines. Something that they could do that really wouldn't cost a whole lot more money, but it could bring a lot more hype in media, in the fans, in everything. Is that word activation? Opening ceremonies. You ever been to a Supercross race?
They all come out.
Dude, it's fucking wild. So many people go there because they want to see opening ceremonies.
Yep. So many phones are out.
Dude, they do light shows. They have cool music. They introduce like your top 10 drivers
With an intro.
with an intro, a fucking intro video, fucking fireworks or laser show or something. And then they either have them like drive out or they walk out or they fucking are in the
wheelies,
fans or a
something.
thing or they're in the there's 100 million things that you could do.
Like even K-Dub days when he was doing transfers.
The big transfers.
Yes.
I think we missed the boat huge on opening ceremonies alone. If you had a bunch of hype to it, like intro music and like huge hype, like loud fireworks,
get everyone
get
fired
everyone
up.
hyped up,
Yeah.
and then you would always have that film, that video, right? You would get so many more people filming opening ceremonies. It would be free content because everyone's gonna be like, "This is fucking sweet," and they're taking videos of the drivers coming out, throwing shit. Like, how hard would it be? Yeah, they make it hard. Like it's hard for a team. They did it at Crandon, and they expected you to supply all your own shit to throw out. If you were someone that were walking through, they put two drivers in the crowd this year, but it was literally for about 10 seconds, and you were expected to bring your own shit to throw out. And if you didn't bring your own shit, you just stood there like weird, like, oh, hey, how's it going, whatever. And then they didn't do any hype before that. You stood there. And then you're like, hey, like, we're going to give stuff out. And you tried. Otherwise, you were, like, walking, and people didn't even know what was going on. They didn't, like, tell the people around them beforehand, like, hey, we're going to be giving shit out when his name comes out. And then, like, I remember at Crandon back in the day when I was a kid, they used to always have the giveaway times off the announcer stand, and people would be throwing shit out, which is now the food shack.
Oh, okay, yep.
That's where it used to be, is off the side right there.
Yep.
And there would be 50 kids or adults all lined up around there to throw shit out.
I went to that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I went to it one time, and I never went back.
Because you got mauled?
Fucking yeah, I did.
Dude,
Damn, dude. I saw my great aunt, man, for a second. I was getting stomped out, man.
They hyped it up. They hyped it up. They would make sure you knew when they were giving out free shit. Like, it's coming up. We're going to have free shit. Get over here, whatever. So that's to me one thing that we could do, that they could do, but it all goes back to time, right?
Yeah.
Like right now.
Like setting up the time to do it, and then having that hype everywhere you go. Even if you did 5 drivers, right, and then changed it up each time and whatever, and
Yeah, you just pick the top driver in every class. So 7 drivers.
So Keegan had this idea, and I think I don't know if he brought it up to Marty or not, but I think there was like a music issue along with it. But
Yeah.
Keegan had suggested that for the Red Bull race, like introductions, you do like the top 5 of Pro 2 or the top 5 of Pro 4, and you bring them out to like music and then an introduction where they go across the stage.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Where your truck's already down there, but they have you like obviously your helmet,
Like
and,
NASCAR does.
yeah. So you walk out in like your hat, sunglasses, whatever, in your suit. You walk across the stage, or they
You say
introduce you.
probably-
Yeah, and you
and
just-
then- introduce you,
ask
say two
que-
words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 questions, whatever.
yeah.
dude, 100%.
Just got to be something
100%.
besides go on your phone time in between every race, because that's what everyone does. You either go to the bathroom or everyone's
like,
just looking down on your phone.
While they're working on the track,
Yeah.
they could easily be doing introductions.
Yep.
Right.
You know, what'd be cool is if they could do, and maybe this is a little corny, but this is just me thinking out loud. Is in between races, like you said, is you're on your phone. If they could somehow, like, have it a big enough broadband or enough Wi-Fi to where you could do, you know how you could do like trivia and bars.
Yeah.
Interactive games on your
Yeah.
phone.
Interactive
yeah.
games.
Get trivia.
Or then there's like 9 or 10 questions on the screen, and then however fast you answer them, and then like the top 5 people get like
Fucking free shirt. Free
like,
hat.
like a free Crandon shirt or something like that. If you're in the top
That
5
would also
points,
be sick. That would also be sick.
like something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a possibility,
But-
but
but that's
And honestly, the teams, we will donate. It isn't like we have a problem donating fucking shirts and hats.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're not going to give you 100.
Well, hats.
Yeah, you have to have hats first, but it isn't like you're asking for 100. But if every weekend, or like, say you get picked twice a year, and you had to donate 5 shirts, like nobody's gonna fucking bitch.
yeah.
Sorry, but I just don't think anyone's gonna. That's like ways that I feel like You could draw people.
And if you got a cool shirt and you're not that big of a racer, someone might come buy your shirt if
Yeah.
they see you the cool shirt.
And basically, I don't want to rock the boat here.
Rock the boat.
Right at the end here.
Well,
Right
most
then,
people
yeah.
aren't listening anymore, anyways.
Oh no, Mason's been very interactive. Oh, because I think he agrees with everything that we're saying. Because he's saying I have seen at many events that they have a freestyle ramp, airbag, and dirt bikes. They do it with
It's cheap,
Nitro,
too.
Yeah, it
and
is.
there was a bunch of people there. He's like in between the races. He's like, you see the big screen at the Packer games and everything.
Well, like they
And
even have it
then-
at rodeos.
Yeah, and then even Colin Truitt was Supercross is a tough comparison because it's only 2 to 4 classes where we have 17.
Yeah, but
So-
we're not asking you to do 17. They have fucking
Well,
100 riders between the couple classes, right?
Yeah.
They do 10.
Yep.
We have
So I guess the boat I'm gonna rock here is. Then does that mean, based on everything you're saying, obviously at the end of the day we know that costs money. At the end of the day, does it sound like you're gonna have to invest more money to your product in order to make it more valuable?
yeah,
That's kind of how
I
that
know-
works.
That's how life
But-
works.
And I guess the reason why I'm rocking the boat is because then why don't you do that? Why are you not investing more money into your product, into your business, in order to make it more valuable?
Because
What
you're
is-
gambling on yourself. And
What,
when
like-
you don't believe in yourself, then you're not going to put money on yourself.
and
Well-
so it's like then
and is it because it's on Flow? You know what I mean?
I mean, even-
Flow owns the rights,
I
right?
mean, you even look at this podcast that we're doing right now. I mean, you look around here, we probably have $90,000 worth of stuff right here.
No, it's like way more than that.
Yeah, but I'm just
Yeah.
being modest. But
Yeah.
it's like no one's sponsoring this show. We're putting it out there, so we're hoping that it gets bigger, gets more eyes, and that we do this as as a team here.
Yeah.
Right.
We're investing our own time. It's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
At 9:36 at night, and
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta call my mom.
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So like what Colin just said, you got to spend money to make money.
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
even have
But
to be
do you
like
have to
super
spend
expensive
money?
though.
That's what I mean.
Do you have to spend money to do a cool introduction?
No.
Maybe a small amount, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna do fireworks, but how much fucking fireworks? We can go buy a fucking couple salutes.
Smoke shop.
Yeah, right. Here's the ask your sponsor Potawatomi and be like, hey man, we'd love to like incorporate your fireworks shop into it. Can you
Like,
get your
donate.
hands
Like,
on it?
I
Yeah.
always say, I'll hold the Roman candle behind drivers.
Fucking right. I will too, man.
Just get a kiddie pool with some bubbles. Throw some 2 girls from the crowd in there. All the kids will be showing up.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Mason Hemke
All right, we're gonna get the rest of the questions on there, and then we're
said
gonna
that
wrap it up.
because they don't want to be the next Torque. And then Mason said they need to be on Peacock. And I don't know,
Not gonna fucking happen anytime
Yeah.
soon.
but I don't know what he meant by
The next Torque.
the next Torque. So I don't know if they throw Torque through all that money all at once. And
Then didn't make it.
Well,
make it.
We all know why it didn't make it.
because it was too ahead of their time. I think Torque was ahead of their time.
I think that somebody stepped outside of their sanctity and then ended up costing an entire series.
I don't know what that means.
That means that
Deep
if
shit.
Someone had an affair.
yep,
Oh, okay.
I'll see you boys later.
that's what I think
I
happened.
mean, he and Mason Hemke came back and said not to expand too quickly, like Torque. So
Well,
Yeah,
They were
and I
doing-
agree. I mean, that's what they're doing right now,
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
I think all
with the tracks, yeah.
all the advice that we've given here is all we are trying to think of all things that are realistically relative. That isn't $1 million, right?
yes,
That's something that you could do with a little bit of time and effort.
Planning.
Fucking Spotify's free. You could pick a song. How hard is it to play that song? As long as you're not trying to sell the footage and make a video out of it, it's music that's being played over the speaker anyways, right?
Yep.
Let them have walkout music, whatever. I think that was all a lot of great tips that
Well, the thing
been
is, too,
done
even with the walkout
relatively.
music, they did it before the show started, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you
Right.
don't have to do
Yeah.
it
So
live.
Right, it
on
doesn't
TV.
have to be live.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're trying
exactly.
to just
For the
please
people that are there.
there.
trying to entertain.
Yeah.
That give another reason to
Entertain the
go.
people.
Get them off,
Yeah.
get them not watch it from their house and
Give
have
them a reason to
get
get
out.
their ass in the seat.
Because I'm not gonna
Liam.
lie, it's kind of nice watching it from your home.
What do we got?
When
Anything
flow
left?
works.
Well, this is a back question, but Liam said, "Is Tito gonna fumble on purpose to make it through no nut November?"
No,
Sign
he
us
would
out with
never. Tito's gonna fire at every shot he gets. Am I lying?
Damn, now I really want to make it.
So that's your.
Well, all you have to do is stay in, and then it's easier.
You're asking a lot there, buddy.
Yeah,
To stay in.
Hey, I went out
Stay
this
inside.
past weekend and nothing happened.
by choice.
Whose choice?
By your choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Look at that.
So if like a beautiful, just wonderful woman, smart as hell, came up to you, you and she was like, you would be like, ha, the boys.
I'd be like,
Look at him and be like, no, not November.
I'd be like, hey, listen,
Call me in 2 weeks.
I know this. I know this great Mexican.
Get out! Get him out!
I know this great Mexican place. And that's where I'd start at.
Okay.
Yeah, and where's it gonna end?
I don't know how we got
December
this guy.
1st. That's how it'll end.
All right. Is there
But
any
yeah,
other?
no. But I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, Champ has to invest in their own product, and not saying that they haven't, but they got to invest in. Because what would it take a monster deal to have someone like, who's the freestyler, who's Slay?
Like Twitch
Axel?
or
Yeah,
Axel
Axel
Hodges.
Hodges. Or
Yeah, but there's so
Brian
many.
Deegan.
There's so many that are good right now. Anyways, freestylers that are local.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's
That
what I mean.
people
Yes.
don't know the difference, right? It's for entertainment.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. It's not necessarily for the name. Get them out there.
Get a fucking band out there.
Get a band out there.
Yes.
Wet possum.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So on
Get a
Sunday,
marching
baby.
band.
Which, yeah, I'm sure there's school bands and shit that would come out for free
Yes. Have them play.
Yeah.
to play. That would bring new eyes in. Their parents would come in. They don't know anything about it.
Yeah. They
Like
would have
different
to pay
things.
to get in, and they stay.
Ooh,
Then
bad-
they'd stay.
Do a battle of the bands in the background, like a Warped Tour.
Oh, well, Drumline 4.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
The options are endless. They just gotta put their mind to it.
So, all right, we're gonna make it quick. Ready? Give one thing that Champ did this year that you think they did better than last year.
Race reports on like DQs,
That was gonna be my answer too.
texts, like stuff like that.
I like that.
They were inconsistent.
They were.
They still did it, though.
But they
But
still
they
did
didn't do
it.
it the year before.
Hey, we're
I'm
being
sorry.
positive.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But they didn't do it the year
Stop.
before.
You're not wrong.
But you're
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
they
sorry.
all
My bad.
came out. They were just sometimes later than
Yes.
others.
Yeah,
They're just
I
later.
don't remember seeing a couple of them, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe there
That's-
wasn't any.
Yeah.
That's possible. That's not possible.
Yeah, it is possible.
Is it that
Yeah, yeah.
nobody got fucking teched in
DQ'd?
one weekend? Or,
That no one got DQ'd? Absolutely. Absolutely. Depending on what they checked.
That was gonna be
Okay.
my answer too. I like that.
Okay.
They got a reliable screen out there, like a big screen to watch the back half of the racetracks that usually, like if you're sitting in the grandstand, you can't see unless you're on top row.
Yeah.
Like the last 3-4 years that I've went, it always cuts out half the time or it's delayed. Like a truck will be come flying over on the TV, they'll be still a lap behind.
Yeah.
And so that really helps a lot when you can keep up with the race when you can't see it actually right in front of you.
Okay.
I will say their Bark River race was probably the highlight of my weekend, or highlight of my year. Bark
But
River
that had
weekend.
nothing to do with what we asked.
Yeah.
This-
Champ did
Oh,
Bark
you're-
River a lot better
Yeah.
than any year
Okay.
before it.
Oh, why?
So-
Why?
Just saying they did. You didn't say why. I just said name one thing.
Okay.
do you know some?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Can you elaborate, please,
Can you
Mr. Levy?
elaborate?
I was just saying.
Is it
know,
because your
there was-
sign's out there?
No, I'm just saying.
Can you
because
elaborate?
pissed
there
on
was like, hey, can I stand here? Yes, you can. Okay, cool.
I kind of thought that that's where this was going, but I didn't know when that all happened.
I think their Bark River weekend was probably the highlight of my year.
Well, and it continued into Crandon, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so can't we broaden that up with changes to media restrictions?
I wasn't gonna say that, but you know, I'll leave it at Bark River.
That's pretty broad,
Yeah.
He is a pretty broad boy.
you know. Okay. Like they freed up the media a little bit.
All I'm saying is Bark River is fine.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to wear a T-shirt that says
Bark River was fun.
It's like
Mic drop. Okay, I would say out of all the things that we talked about last year and in the off season and all the things that
Dude, isn't that weird?
that
Wild?
wild that
But keep going.
we said and that they picked up on, I'll give them 2. Social media.
Yep.
Not saying that it was blown out of the water, but it was consistent and it was all year, and it's still continuing
Yep.
to some extent.
Yes.
So they do have somebody in charge of social media for Champ Off-Road now. The second thing I'll say, whether it was a volunteer or not, whether it had an impact or not, they did have Mike Rushi walking around, I don't know, trying to put Band-Aids on shit when it was bleeding.
That's the guy with the mustache, right? Is that the off-road fraternity guy, or am I thinking?
No. This is just he works for All Star.
another white guy.
Yeah, older guy. He's been around forever.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the guy
The
that
liaison.
that you could talk to. He just walked around and asked people what they thought, like racers, what they thought. Basically, he's trying to get you to not come on a podcast and tell them what you think, what you really think, and tell them, and then see how they can schmooze it over. But in a sense, it also is for new people or different or lack of knowledge, questions to be had, like who do I talk to, how do I get this, how do I get that, and someone that you can ask and could potentially get you that answer and come back to you. And I also think that they sent out an email after every weekend talking about sales and media. Well, not necessarily media, but sales and spectators and viewers on Flow.
Oh, okay.
And they for surely, I know for a fact that they for surely put out an email at the end of the year giving us a broad number of viewers and sales and yada, yada, yada to put into your sponsor deck for this off season.
Yep. Nice.
All right.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay.
All things better.
If Champ's listening, please put a TV in the hot pits that's live so we can watch.
I will say
Please.
that is a one huge thing that I've heard from
Oh
a
my
lot of people.
God. Every single person hot pits.
Because the hot pits, usually you can't see, and there's a lot of people that end up back there and or in staging. They're not asking for a jumbotron.
No, just like even if it's like a
fucking-
3264 that like is off
like a
the side,
monitor.
I was
something
thinking.
close enough where you can watch it, and if the driver that you're hopping for, if he has a flat or something, you can get back to the tools that you have to get back to. But like right then, we're all trying to watch on our phones. Well, it's a lap behind. We'll be like, CJ makes a pass. He'll come through. And we'll be like, oh, that was a lap ago that he made the pass. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess mine would be with CJ. The media was definitely a big uptake, and then I guess towards the end of the season, and we'll say after Lena, it was good to know like what they wanted.
Yes.
They were being more vocal
Yes.
to their media, maybe?
Yeah,
Is that a better way to put it?
vocal,
More,
yeah. I guess it's more geared towards us as Impulse Media, as people know that we love this sport.
right.
So it was just good to know that, hey, man, we're here to help you guys. Just let us know what you need. You know, instead
The
of
communication was better.
yes,
The communication was
instead
better.
of-
They were being more open
yeah,
on what you guys were looking for and what they were looking for, maybe?
yes,
Is a better way to put it?
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't even need to be geared towards us, but as far as the media people go,
Right.
it was nice to know, like, hey, this is what we need from you guys. Can you guys do it? If not, okay, we'll go to the next one.
Right.
So
So they gave you opportunities.
Yep.
yes, exactly. So no, and I'm hoping that we continue that relationship, that friendship, everything with them, and we continue going in a good direction. But
Okay, Lyle, we need one for you. Even though you agreed with him, I want a different one.
What did I like that they did better?
Yep. What do you think that they did better or different that
I guess
we talked
I
not
liked
necessarily we
seeing
talked
them trying to do more in opening ceremonies. They tried for that
okay.
little bit, like throwing the merch out. I know it was a little hit and miss here and there, but it was nice to see them
Put an
trying
effort
to
in.
be more effort into like the fan interaction.
Okay. What do you got, Jeffrey?
Colin Truitt said announcements and schedule releases were nice. Mason goes, what do you mean there was no water truck tip over this year? And Josh Delzer
Takarza.
says Champ going to PR after not going last year.
Yeah. Yep. I think they're sharing a booth, but they will be.
Because we were supposed to work snowcross the first race. Unfortunately, the first race lands on PRI week.
So you're not going to PRI or you're not going to snowcross?
We're not going to snowcross. So I don't know how.
They probably got to have somebody that's going to show up.
I think I think they're sharing a booth.
Yeah.
Amanda, but yeah, they're sharing a booth
With Amsoil.
With Amsoil, but I believe Amanda, the photographer, Morris is going, and maybe Mike Rushi.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as they got somebody there.
Yeah. Sweet. Nothing else on there?
Here we go. One thing to improve on is maybe car live race, like in-car live.
Oh, in-car footage.
Asking a lot.
So,
They tried that, didn't they?
well,
Crandon
at
tried
Fall
They
Crandon,
did do that.
we ran Starlink.
Yes.
But we could only run it on Sunday because, one, there's a problem with Flow owning the rights to the footage and then being able to watch it free on YouTube. So that was the first problem. And two, there's a rule that we can't have communication with the truck, technically speaking. So hopefully for next year, that can get cleared up and we can run Starlink at all the races and they can sort it out.
Did that mess with your truck at all?
No, it doesn't do nothing.
Okay, I didn't know if
But
it like
you
was,
could potentially, your truck has Wi-Fi on board now. That's how you get it to work.
Yep.
We run a Starlink on it. It streams. You could potentially connect your dash to the Wi-Fi and then have a computer that has Wi-Fi and you'd have communications back and forth. So
it's all a trust thing after that, though.
well, yes. And at the end of the day, I don't know what they. I don't think any of us are trying to do it
No,
anyways.
no,
But
that seems too much work.
it would be really cool if we can get a clarification from Champ and get it cleared that Starlink on board, inboard, they got to sort it out with Flow, make sure that we're good to go. Would be sweet for next year, and I think a lot of fans would like it and enjoy it. And it would be a cool add-on, and it would give an opportunity to any racer to gain fans and streamers and so on and so forth.
Yep.
Another platform
Yep.
to be activation.
Oh,
All right, we're good. All right, well, that is episode 1, season 2. Can't believe we're here.
Yep.
Of the off-season show. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I know we didn't have really any racers, but we like to mix it up. We like to keep it fresh. And we're going to continue on Tuesday nights. Tuesday. Bottles of water at 7 o'clock.
Don't try to mug me off.
Thank you for tuning in. This is the off-season show presented by Impulse Media. See you next week.
All right. Thank you.
Love you. Bye.